right? So I would ask for us to, as much as possible, pay attention to every bit of the program. Okay? Don't get distracted, because distraction will not help you here. So don't get distracted, but, just be focused, okay? So I need the questions up. Do we all have our notepads? Great. We're going to do something. Can I have those can I have my slides up? Please just turn to the person sitting next to you and greet the person. Compliment something about that person. Say hi, say hello, say how are you doing? Say it's nice to meet you. And hope you're happy to be here today. All right, can I have the slides up, please? This should not delay us. So we're going to be answering a few questions. I want you to use your notepad to just write these things down. At the end of this program, we'll be announcing a few things, a few opportunities that you can plug into and be a part of. Okay. One of which is a masterclass that we would be hosting as an aftermath session of this program. So, I'm still using this to buy some time. I don't know why the slide is not up yet. Okay, so while the media is still working on it, let's proceed. If you have your pen and your notepads with you, I'll be reading out these questions, and I want you to just answer yes, no, or I don't know. Are we good? All right. So you just answer a yes, a no, or I don't know to these questions. Number 1, have you discovered God's purpose for your life? Don't say maybe or maybe not. Just write yes, no, or I don't know. And everybody is supposed to participate. Okay, great. Oh, we have it. Can you increase the brightness? Oh, good. So I have it. I don't have to stress on that. So let's go. The questions are up there, but I'll be reading along with it. So just answer yes, no, or I don't know to those questions. And it's a personal assessment you're doing for yourself. Okay? Number 2, do you think what you are doing now is what you were created to do? So it's either a yes, a no, or I don't know. Some people are looking, they are not writing. Maybe they have all the answers already. Yeah. Then, number 3, do you feel the peace and satisfaction, or do you feel peace and satisfaction in what you currently are doing? A lot of people are in a space where they are not satisfied, they are not fulfilled, they are not, they wake up every day and they're just pushing themselves through life, right? There's no thank God it's Monday, it is thank God it's Friday, because finally, I get to rest from the job I'm doing or from the work I'm doing. Okay? So, number 4, are you using your life daily to fulfill purpose? Are you using your life daily to fulfill purpose? Just write it there, yes, no, or I don't know. Number 6. Is it number 6? Okay, I wanted to be sure you're following me. Number 5. Are you aware of all your gifts, your talents, and your potentials? Are you aware of them? Because everybody has gifts. Everybody has been gracefully deposited with potentials from God, and it actually came from birth, right? So are you aware of it? Number 6, are you aware of your dominant gift? For people who feel they are multi-potentiates, they find it difficult to distinguish, where should I focus on and all of this. You find your answers here too. There's that one thing that is your most dominant, right? Are you aware of that one? Number 7, are you fully utilizing them for the fulfillment of purpose? I don't know the answer for you. I know for myself. Yes. So, number 8. Are you satisfied with your level of contribution to life? Are you satisfied with your level of contribution to life? If you are, then there probably is no need for you to be alive again. Yes. Because once you've checked some of these boxes, or this particular box, I mean, what else is there to it, right? Number what now? Number 9. I hope we're not feeling scared, but if you die today, do you think God will say, okay, well done, good and faithful servant? Whichever God you believe in, right? Yes. I mean, would he be proud that, yes, you made the most of your time here? Number 10. Let me run this quickly. Okay, if you die today, will people remember you for the solutions you provided? Because there are people who die and they are easily forgotten. In fact, they are being forgotten in a hurry because there's really nothing much to attribute to their names. No lives touched, right? No legacy lived. So this is like a personal reflection moment too, right? Number what now? Okay, number 11. Do you know how to maximize your purpose to make an impact in the world? Because some people don't just know, how can I make a contribution? I mean, everybody is doing everything that I possibly could be doing. What else is there to me to do? Or what else is there for me to do? So, number 12. Do you know the difference between what you are born to do and what you are paid to do? They're not the same things, right? It's a good thing if both of them, meet. It's a good thing if both of them are aligned. Imagine how beautiful it would be if you wake up every morning and you go out to work and what you are going to be paid for is what you are actually created for. That's a full sense of fulfillment you get from that, right? The next slide, please. Can I have the next slide, media? So, are we answering the questions? Okay, great. Number 13. Have you discovered the things you are passionate about? I held a live, a virtual purpose masterclass, I think about 3 years ago. And while we were answering this question, somebody said, I don't have a passion. I said, it's not true. You've not just been listening to yourself. You've never taken out time to just sit with yourself, ask yourself critical questions, right, and find answers in it. Do you know, many a times, the people we pursue, we are pursuing those people because those people have sat down to answer these questions. And it makes the world gravitate towards them. If you sit down to answer these questions, you make the world gravitate towards you also. Okay. Number what now? 14. Do people seek you for what God has put inside of you? So as I said, everybody has a deposit, right, on the inside of them. And we're going to be discussing that actually. Number 15. Does what you do now allow you to pursue or grow in your journey of faith? So about a few days ago, we were somewhere with the deputy governor of the central bank, and he asked this question. I mean, it was a very deep moment of thought and reflection for us. He did an activity where, two people were out and we were all x-raying their lives. And he said, just imagine that today is your final day on earth. Who are the 3 or 5 people closest to you that can come forward and say something about you? And what would they say? You have to answer it for yourself. And I was just sitting there and I was thinking. I said, okay, what are the areas I need to go and check back? Right? All right, number what now? 16. Are you aware and confident in your identity? Are you aware and confident in it? Are you aware of it, first of all, and are you confident in your identity? Because there are people who you just have to show them a gray area in their life, they would quickly withdraw and enter into their cocoon because they've not mastered this thing of identity yet. Right? Every little thing can blow their confidence, across every direction. They can wake up today feeling excited and happy about them, and as soon as they're leaving the house, somebody says, why did you dress like this now? And for the rest of the day, their day has spoiled. They've lost their confidence. They've lost every sense of, self-confidence in themselves. Right? So, number what now? 17. Are you committed to refining all the gifts and talents that God has given you through personal development? Some people are not writing again. Wow, interesting. Okay, maybe you finish answering all of it, right? Okay. So I need to run through it quickly. Okay, great. Thank you. So do you know your time on earth is limited and you only get to do what you were created for? Why is it that when people are, very unfortunately, when we hear that someone died and we hear the person is old, died at an old age, what we describe as an old age, we're like, okay, the person is old. But when we hear that the person is young, less than 30 or something, your first reaction is, and this person is young. Why do you say that? Because somewhere in your mind you feel like, this person has not maximized their life as much as possible, right? And they've gone. So the question is, are you aware? Or rather, do you know that your time on earth is limited? Because there are people who live as though their time will never end. I heard somebody say, of course it was hypothetical, that the creator was in a sober state. And somebody walked up to him and asked him, why are you in this state? And he said he's looking down on earth and he's seeing men live as though they will never die. And they die as though they never lived. Because they wake up every day without a sense of urgency of purpose and without a sense of intentionality to life. So when they even leave, it's as though they never even came in the first place. Right? Generally, Africa has a delayed sense of youthfulness. So you could be 25 and because of your environment, you've not started life yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So because of that, they tell you life starts at 40. And what's the life expectancy rate here in Nigeria? Who knows that? Who has that figure? By the time you check all of these things, you don't even have time to really live the life again. You've spent how many years in school? You came out from school. You were job hunting. You never even had time to really deploy those things inside of you, discover your purpose and deploy it in the earth. Right? So are you aware that that time is really, really limited? Number what now? What number are we on? 19, thank you. Do you spend more time on your purpose than you do on your job or your course of study? So for me, I have a rule. Every day I wake up, before I go to bed, I must do something that will contribute to my purpose journey. I'm not saying to my job. I'm not saying to every other activity. I'm saying to what I believe I've been called to do. Right? Every day. So, number 20 now. Do you know if your passions are linked to your purpose? Because your passion is really not your purpose. Are we writing? Because you're going to score yourself at the end of this. So if you stopped writing, you should continue. So you just respond yes, no, or I don't know to it, right? Number 21. Are you aware of all your gifts and talents from God? I know I asked something like that, but it's not the same thing. 22. Would you do what you are doing now all the days of your life? I know some people just can't wait to get out of that space because you feel you're still constrained, right? You're not in the space where you can express yourself as much as you want. What I'm doing right now, I'll do it for the rest of my life. I'm happy I started that early, and I am confident that I would want to do it for the rest of my life through different means. Whether it is in the boardroom, for trainings, or it is on the stage like this in conferences, or it is on personal conversations of mentorship. However it is, this is what I believe I would do. So, this question is for you. I've answered mine already at home. I just brought it for you to answer, all right? So, 23. Do you find yourself in competition or envying what you don't have? So, if you discover God's purpose for your life, you will live a life free of envy and competition because there's really nothing to compete about. If you understand that everybody's lane is different, you will really live a life free of competition. And you understand that everybody's path is different. Success is doing what you've been created to do. Every other thing doesn't count. In the true sense of it. So imagine I call Queen, and I say, Queen, please, can you help me get one of our guests? He's coming. And I ask, somebody else, Joshua, please, can you help us get maybe the books that are behind there? And Queen is going to get the guest, and she sees Joshua walking to get the book. And she's looking at Joshua's walking step, and she's like, he's walking faster than me. She has lost it already. Because she's supposed to be focused on where she needs to be, right? If she succeeds in following Joshua's path to where he's been sent to, she will come back and say, see the books you asked for, but that was not what I asked her for. Has she succeeded? Has she succeeded? I think she has failed. That means success is relative. Right? So competition is unnecessary. 24. Do you love yourself and your being more than how people make you feel? You must get to a point where you're very comfortable in your skin, comfortable in your identity, comfortable in your understanding of who you are, whose you are, and what you've been called to do, far more than what people say to you or how they make you feel. One of the greatest freedoms you can have is freedom from the opinion of men, freedom from the approval of men. Once you get out of that zone, there's so much you can do, right? And then lastly, success is fulfilling purpose. Would you say you're successful? All right, so next slide. Let's grade ourselves. So how many of us, you don't have to raise your hand, or maybe you should raise your hand, let me see. Have we done? Have we summed it up? Have we been answering yes, no, and I don't know to it? Let me see those who participated in this activity. Because this place is too dull. I don't know why is this. Maybe it's because of what I'm saying. Don't worry. It's just to lay the foundation for what we are going to build on, all right? The session will not be this intense. All right, so did we do it? Have we all done it? So sum your answers up. Sum your no's, your yeses, your I don't knows. Just sum them up together. Sum all of them up together. Put it together. Let's see. Good, thank you. Now I can see the faces. Sum them up. And if you missed out on any of the questions, I don't know, maybe media, you could just take us to the first slide. Those who can meet up with us very quickly should do so. Yeah, this is the first slide. If you missed out on it, just quickly. Let's see. First question, have you discovered God's purpose for your life? Number 2, number 3. Just run through, drop your answers. If you say yes, you put a yes. If you say no, put a no. If it's I don't know, just put I don't know there. All right? And let's see the answers. Are we done? Are we all done? Are we done? Okay, I should shift. Okay, I'll shift. So have we done it? The silence in the room. Is there something I'm supposed to say that I'm not saying? Or we are busy writing this? Which one is it? Are we busy writing it? Yes. Okay, thank you. So, this is one of the activities we do in the master class, at the beginning of the master class, to just help people find where they are. You need to know where you are to design your path on where you need to be and design the trajectory of your growth to where you need to be. but it begins with knowing where you are. All right? So are we good? The next slide so that, okay, oh, we're down. All right, so if you sum it up and you have less than, sum up your no's rather. If your no is less than 5, you are in good shape. Let's say you are in good shape. If your no and I don't know is between 5 to 10, you're on track, but you need improvement. And as I said, we're announcing a master class after now. You should be a part of it. Okay? If your no and I don't know is between 14 or 11 to 14, you have not been on track. Right? And if it is between 15 to 24, what do we do for you now? Welcome to the Clarity Experience. Yes, that's what I can say. So, at the end of our time here, not so many things will matter. In fact, let me just paint a picture for you. Even as you are right now, right? Not so many things matter. But unfortunately, the way life works is that it paints everything as important and some things as urgent for you. And it makes you weak in dispensing your energy to the things that truly matter. Again, not a sober moment, but for a moment, just think. If you had just 30 minutes to live on earth, just 30, tell me what you would do. Who is vulnerable enough to answer? For some, thank you. Can I have a mic there? Somebody wants to answer. Just 30 minutes. Maybe your doctor or by some divination, you get to see that you have just 30 minutes left on earth. Just tell me, what would you pay attention to? I know that will make you think more critically. Can I have a mic? Or if your voice is loud, please go ahead. Yes. Thank you, Kemi. Amazing. Thank you. Please can we put our hands together for So he said in 30 minutes you will go to different schools. But unfortunately, you're in Lagos. I mean, before you leave one school to the next school, you are in eternity already. Right? So, but, that just shows that you've actually found something to live for. If there's a reason to request for an extension of time, now you have a reason for it. Does that make sense? Is there any other person who wants to share? What would you do? Nobody wants to buy the latest wig in town. Come on, guys. I want to quickly go on Temu and shop all the things I can shop. Yes? Or eat all the food I can eat. I just have 30 minutes, right? Let me eat all the nice meals I can. Yes? Yes, good morning. Obadiah, yeah. Okay.
So what I would do is that I would just be singing for the 30 minutes.
Singing?
Yes.
Interesting.
So I'll try to gather as many people as I can gather, and we'll just be singing to God. Since I'm going to eternity anyways, and that's what I will be doing there. So why don't I just...
So he has started already. Let me flow into what I'll continue doing.
Yes, so
I like that. Okay.
Yes. I love singing, and I see the joy it brings to people. So
nice.
That's what I'll be.
Amazing. Okay, thank you. One last person. Let's extend the time. Let's say you have one day, 24 hours. Yes. Somebody wants to answer. So, Obadiah, are you singing currently? Yes. Okay, I think you should be singing. Yes. And Kemi, right? Kenny, have you started visiting those schools? Okay, good. I think you should keep up with that. Yes. Yes?
All right. Good day, everyone. And thank you for the privilege to answer this question. So my name is Oshinaki Moses, and if I had just 24 hours to live, I'm just going to gather people and teach them what I know. So because since I know I'm very good at business and I'm passionate about technology, and I believe that one of our purpose in life is just to be like what God wants us to be. In the Bible, God told us that He created us in His image and His likeness, and He gave us the power to dominate the world. Do you get? And one of the things that I've been thinking about is that God wants us to be a creator like Him. Do you get? So if I had just 24 hours, I'll just teach people what I know about business so that they can start something and make money for themselves. Do you get? Just to drop legacy for them and blueprint of how I've successfully lived a part of my life.
Interesting. Thank you. Please, what's the name again? I missed that.
Oshinaki Moses.
Moses. Moses, have you started teaching people already?
Formal, not really.
Okay. What are you waiting for?
I've not really.
No, hold the mic. This is practical, man. What are you waiting for? Yeah, sure.
I feel like I still need to get more results before I.
More results. Okay. Who agrees with him? You agree with him that he needs to get more results? Yeah? You don't agree with him. Why don't you agree with him? Oh, great. Okay.
Once you have an idea of what you want to do, and you have a streamline, probably you have just to do an idea. Let's just go to the and
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Well, we don't know Moses' situation, so he's probably seen something that is making him say that. But what I'll add to that, Moses, is you truly do not have eternity to do what you have been called to do and what is in your heart to do. So, during the course of these conversations, I believe you'll find the answers to it. All right? Yes, let your ears just be open. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, can we put our hands together for them? Thank you. All right. So, about 66% of professionals have said that they will leave their current roles if they are being offered something more purposeful. Okay? And this is a research from Tomorrow University of Applied Sciences. And for me, can I have the other slide, please, media? And for me, it's just a thought, right? And a clear understanding that where many people are, they consider it as a mark time. You know what mark time is? Yes, they consider it as a mark time, not where they should be. And when you consider where you are as a mark time, you would hesitate to step out and do what you need to do at that moment. Because left to you, I'm just here for a moment. Okay, let's see how everything goes. I might take it, I might not take it. I won't deploy my full self. I won't give my best ability. Let's just see how it goes. I was discussing with somebody in a mentorship conversation, and I asked the person, where you currently are working, what are you doing? And the person shared. And I said, okay, what are your plans? He said, oh, after now, I want to start up my own organization. I said, what would you do when you start yours? And the person also shared. So I said, what are you waiting for to start doing that thing where you are currently? He said, it's not my business now. I said, if you carry that mindset currently, when you transition into your own business, you will continue with that mindset and you will continue having the same result. Right? However, it is quite unfortunate that we may not effectively erode this mindset from everybody. And that's why we are here in meetings like this. To hear things that will challenge you so you can start taking critical actions from today against where you need to be tomorrow. Can I have the next slide? The next presentation. Your purpose is not your ambition. It's not your goal. It's not your aspiration. It's not your desire. Your purpose is that thing you were called to do. That thing you were designed for. That thing you've been assigned for. That question you were created to answer on the earth. that void you are created to fill on the earth. And the interesting thing is, you do not create it for your own self. You just discover that path for you. Right? So, if you ever find yourself thinking, let me just wing it, what else is there to life? Right? I need you to understand that there is more to life than what you think it is. All right? So having a sense of purpose is fundamental to human existence. And that is the reason why, especially in this day and time, a lot of Gen Zs can just leave the workplace when they feel like that work is not contributing to them purposefully. Have you had instances like that? The person is earning well. If I know someone like that, a friend of mine, he was working with one of these top, celebrities. If I mention the name, you know the person, the person's organization. And he said, Shalom, I want to drop this. I said, why? He said, I don't feel fulfilled anymore. I'm like, bro, don't do that, man. Because he was earning like probably 5 times of what I was earning. And I was happy for him. And he says this, and I'm looking at him. So what would you do when you leave here? He says, I don't know yet. But I don't feel fulfilled being here. So it dawned on me that money is not enough reason to keep people in a place. When people's heart and vision and interest, rather, is in a place, it's because they found something that really relates to them, really connects to them. And that's purpose, right? Now, that is purpose as it relates to a thing. Now, let's talk about purpose as it relates to you as an individual, right? Media is everything, right? I need the next slide, the next presentation, please. Okay, great. Thank you. So your purpose is not ambition, as I said. Because ambition is, on its own, a vision that is driven by self. And there's nothing wrong with it. You can have ambition. I'm quite ambitious. But your purpose is beyond that. All right? The difference between you, who is purposeful, and somebody who is ambitious, is that something else is powering the person who is purposeful, while you, it is self that is powering you. For instance, both of us are, going to work, showing up in our place of hustle, as you call it, right? But for me, there's a reason why I'm there. I need to raise some money so that I can go and impact the lives of people in my community. When we both go out and we are gisting, and I say, oh, guy, I need money. And you also say, oh, guy, I need money. We are not saying the same things. We may be saying the same things, but we are not meaning the same things. That's the difference between somebody who is purpose-driven and somebody who is probably just ambitious. Right? But what should drive you? Purpose should drive you. Purpose should drive you. Because that purpose is the unique contribution you have to make on earth before your time elapses. Few things for us to note about purpose. Number one, your purpose contains in it the solution to a problem you were born to solve. Let's assume that the world has some broken pieces, and there's a solution that only you come with. I mean, think about this. Over 8 billion people, yet there are no single same fingerprints. How does that even work? How are the patterns so different? Over 8 billion people, right? Please, can we celebrate our guest who just walked in? If you don't mind, please be on your feet. That's the Deputy Chief of Staff of Lagos State Government, Mr. Sam Egube. Thank you so much, sir. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you, sir. He came way before his time. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So purpose is beyond you. It didn't start with you and it will not end with you. Purpose is your voice. Or rather, it is that thing that gives you a voice on the earth. So when they say find your voice, me, I would say find your purpose. If you found your purpose, you have found your voice, guys. Right? I say it's beyond you because it didn't start with you and it definitely will not end with you. How many of us have watched a relay race before? The race where people are running and they pass the baton to the next person. Have you seen that before? Now, the person who picks up that race with the baton in his hand is not just running for himself. I hope you know. He's running because he has to go and give it to the next person who is waiting for him. And have you seen how the person who is waiting positions? Like, the person who is waiting is almost almost running already, and his hand is behind. I wish I have a picture of it to show you. Their hands are usually like this. They are just waiting to feel something in their hand. They pick it, and they just start moving. That is how it's supposed to be for us. Because there's something you have that somebody is supposed to pick from to run with. When you refuse to find that thing and to run with that thing, you've denied that person his own fulfillment. That's why I said it's beyond you. The ideas you have, the books you're meant to write, that business you're meant to start, that vision you're meant to, that organization you're meant to do is beyond you. Because thousands of people are going to be impacted from it. I mean, let's bring it home. We're all gathered here today, right? Somebody's life will be transformed. There was a day the idea dropped. The vision visited me. If I thought to myself, man, I don't think I'm going to do this thing. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the this. And I give myself all these excuses. I've denied somebody here the opportunity, right, to gain the clarity that they need from this program. You see how we are all interconnected? That's the interconnectedness of human destinies. So when I say it is beyond you, look at the other people who are connected to your own obedience, to your own action, right? To your own movement in the direction of your purpose. Okay? The world is where it is right now. This is my belief. That the world is where it is right now because people have failed to do what they were supposed to do at the time they were meant to do it. Who knows? You're jobless because the person who was meant to start that company that you would have been employed to did not start it. I'm not saying that's the case, right? But who knows, really? But that's my belief. That is why the world is where it is. Okay, next slide, please. Let's go. I've gone past it. The concept of predestination. I'll take this and I'm out of your face. I'll return. And we'll wrap up this conversation. Right? You were never a biological accident. Now, I know as I'm saying this, somebody's thinking, what if they did not plan for me? What if my parents just met somewhere and, something happened and boom, I was birthed. The process could have been a mistake, but the outcome was never a mistake. Right? Think about it. People think like, okay, you can just catch God unawares. Maybe he was just hanging around with the angels and they're playing or gisting or something, or they're having some sessions and he just hears that, they're about to give birth to somebody in Mushin. And he starts thinking, what should I give this person? Make this person a singer. I don't think that's how it happened. I think you were pre-planned. I think you were well thought through before you came. That's the idea of predestination, right? There is a famous, art person and a sculptor named Michelangelo. Have we heard about him before? Very great guy. He completed works for about 9 Catholic popes. I know that's a great feat. When you see all those monuments, those things in Catholic churches, it takes a lot of artistic prowess to get those things done. Now, this guy had a special, way he does his things before he gets any stone to carve on the stones. You know what he does? He walks around that stone for days, and he's just looking at it, right, observing it, and for whatever it is, he's looking at what he can cut out of that stone to bring out the image that stone has. And when he was being asked, it was said that this guy, he said that he was looking at how to reduce, that stone and find its form. So that period for him was reflective, it was spiritual, and it was creative. Because he believes that as he ruminates around that thing, right, he will find what is inside it that he has not seen. I believe that before your parents even met, there was a deep thought about what you are going to do on earth. And that's why I consider it selfish that people actually take their lives. It's really selfish. Because if you think life is hard on you, are not thinking about the people you would even leave. First of all, you're not even thinking about the things you have and the contributions you will make on earth that you are denying everybody the privilege of. So it really goes beyond us, right? And it's really dangerous when we fail to discover and deploy this purpose. Your life is beyond you. The commitment to discovering purpose is beyond you. The people who are attached to you matter. That is why your actions also matter. I mean, Dikos is here. The day I reached out to him to invite him for this program, I said, "So I came to meet you because when you visited us, you told us not to disqualify ourselves for a race we have not begun in the first place. And that's why I'm here. And I believe that if I share this with you, you'll buy into it." And he did. But here's the point. His conversation with us on that day, the things he shared, while he was speaking, I believe everybody was listening. But not everybody was listening to the same things he was saying. The things I was writing was beyond what he was saying. And when the time came for me to fledge out this, I had to find where were my sources of inspiration. And I connected it to the session we had with him and the things he shared with us. So the big question is, what if he didn't share those things? Do you understand what we're saying? Everybody's using social media today, Facebook, Instagram. What if it never was invented? Look beyond you. There's more to you than who you think you are. Right? And I hope that as we continue this conversation today, you will find more reasons to discover that thing. In your little way, start pursuing it. And together we can make the world a better place. Thank you very much. For now, I'll be out of your face, but I'll be back. And when I'm back, I would help you find the pointers to this purpose, okay? The pathways to this purpose, and how you can start practically from now and pursuing your path to purpose. Thank you very much.
Please give him a warm round of applause. That was a very fantastic presentation. Thank you so much, Shalom Ernest, for listening, for obeying, and for doing. Please give him a round of applause again. I mean, this event is free, absolutely at no cost to attend, and is doing that out of listening to the word that he should do something like this for everyone. I mean, if he doesn't do it, nobody's going to call him out for it, but he chose to do it. So please give him a one absolutely round of applause again. Thank you very much. So now we'll go quickly into something really not so formal. We're all on social media, right? Please go on your social media, whether on Instagram or LinkedIn, and search for Shalom Ernest, right? I believe that you've taken a selfie of your beautiful and handsome faces. So please, anything you think about this event as it goes on, feel free to share your opinions, your comments, and your own thoughts, you know. We may be saying a lot of things here, but maybe it translates to something. Maybe it strikes a chord inside of you. So please share, and you use the hashtag Clarity Experience and share your stories. Aside that, I want us to do a brief icebreaker. I want us to put up one of our hands, please. Please. Thank you. So we'll do something really fun. Just bring down, you know this social media game that you say, put one finger down if yes, that's what we want to do. So put one finger down if you have ever bought a masterclass, a course, or a professional membership, and you did not go ahead with it. As all of us, we are very good people. So when we do courses online, we finish it from beginning to end. Put one finger down, okay? I want to believe, please use your church mind. Use your church mind. Put one finger down if you are at the stage in life where every time you want to buy something nice for yourself, your brain automatically calculates how many things that money is going to buy. I'm still seeing 5 fingers, so let's be real. Okay, I trust you, Sha. Okay, put one finger down if you are at that stage in life where you don't know what to do. You are just doing it with steez and alhamdulillah. Okay. Put one finger down if you are at the stage where your primary source of daily stress is not even We are here and everybody's saying, I want to have clarity of vision. I want to know the right next step of action to take. But some people are not really bothered about that. They are bothered about, why is MTN network not going? I want to see what's happening on Glover. I want to see what's happening on Instablog. Put your finger down if you are that person. I'm not that person anyways. So put your finger down. This is the fifth one. I believe you're on the fifth, right? Put your finger down if you have ever looked at someone's LinkedIn. This one, don't lie. I have spirits that can tell when somebody is lying. No. Don't lie. If you see a LinkedIn profile that says stuff like, I'm deeply honored to announce my multi-hyphenate synergy as a paradigm shifter, as a culture shaper, and thought to yourself, I beg, what does this one actually mean? Put one finger down. I'm seeing 5 fingers. I'm afraid. Jesus is seeing you. I'm seeing 5 fingers. Okay, I see I have 3. I have 2. I think more of 2. Okay, I have 1. Okay, thank you for. I am seeing 3, more of 3, more of 2. So this is just to show you that this is where your train of thought is. This is where your mind is currently. So if I look at people's LinkedIn, for example, and I see what they are doing, and I'm like, okay, good for you. I mean, I say congratulations and I move on, but I don't think I ever say, oh, what does this one mean? I mean, it's okay to blow your trumpet. It's very okay. Some people have done the work, so let them blow their trumpet. So once again, you're welcome to the Clarity Experience put together by the Clarity Conclave, and especially by Shalom Ernest. Please give him a round of applause once again. And today, like I promised earlier, I'm going to be your pilot as long as you fasten your seatbelt and listen to instructions, listen to the speakers that will be here, and have an open mind. You're going to have an exciting moment today. While we are going to be having panel sessions on this stage, we'd also like to warmly acknowledge the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Lagos State Governor. Give him a round of applause, Dr. Sam Egube, once again. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the Orifunke Lawal. Please let's see your beautiful face. Let them see you. Yes. It's also my absolute honor to welcome Mrs. Chineye Ajayi. Please. Thank you very much for coming here. While we are here I want you to network as much as possible. You don't know if you are sitting beside a multi-billionaire. I mean, don't think that there's no money in this room. Or people are heavy. If you know what some people have in their pockets here, I'm not even talking about money. The things that they do, you'll be very shocked. I know Matthew is a media professional. I have HR professionals that I can identify here. So please, toot your own. It's okay to do that. And once again, I am Adekbeji Salami, if you're wondering who is here talking to you. And we'll move on to, I'd like to call on Shalom Ernest again. He's going to do us justice to this because we're supposed to have a panel session, but would move further beyond that so that we can manage time. I would like to invite the microphone once again. You will not be tired. Amen? You will not be tired. Amen? It's Clarity Experience, so it's an experience. I want you to be very immersive as much as possible. So, like I said earlier, please go to your social media, take selfies, and search for Shalom Ernest. And if you also want your friends to benefit from this, if they are at home, they are not here, please feel free to tell them to go to YouTube and search for Shalom Ernest. We are streaming live, so nobody misses out a thing. And even if you want to go back and have a rewatch, it's very good. Please go to Shalom Ernest, subscribe so that you don't miss out a thing. I'd like to invite to the microphone Shalom Ernest to come and talk to us about, he has talked about purpose, identifying your purpose, knowing what, having clarity of mind, where you just helping you to understand the stage where you're at. You mentioned some people are in the stage of awareness, some people are in the stage of clarity, some people are in the stage of, they've already identified their vision, but they are wondering what's the right step to take. There are people that are already in the execution phase. I know some people that are already in the execution phase, don't worry. And there are some people that are already in the clarity moving into the action stage. And there are people who are already in the scaling phase. So yes, everybody has something to learn in this room. So I'd like to welcome Shalom Ernest. You'll not be tired in Jesus' name, Mr. Shalom, because you gathered us here to come and talk to us about moving from survival to greatness. It's my pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Are we tired? If you don't want to see my face again, say yes. No, thank you. That means you want to see my face again. All right, so we're supposed to have a panel, as she said, and we're having two. In fact, two very interesting ones. And our speakers are on their way. We would have it. But I think I would like to wrap up with the previous conversation we're having. Is that good? Who agrees with that? Okay, I do too. So we'll continue. Now, any question from what I shared earlier? I laid a foundation on the subject of purpose discovery. If you have any question with everything I shared earlier, let me see your hand up. No question. No question. So let's do it this way. How many of us had about 5 no's and I don't knows in the questionnaire I shared earlier? Just raise your hand. Be free. This is a very open space, right? Be rest assured of the utmost confidentiality of what we are doing here. Let me see your hand, please. You had 5 or less than 5? Yeah, just raise your hand. If you had 5. Okay, if you had between 5 to 10, I don't knows and knows. Let me see your hand. Okay, if you had more than 10, I don't know and know. Let me see your hand. You had more than 10. Some people are not even raising their. Okay, they didn't participate in the exercise. All right. Now, I would not think that it is right that everything that pertains to your success in life should be external. Right? If God created us and everything that pertains to our success in life are external factors, I don't think that is fair. Because we are at the mercy of our environment and everything that happens around it. Are we together? Meaning, he was so wise enough to say, okay, while I'm creating you, I want to drop in some things in you that can help you succeed in the things I've called you to do without necessarily depending on those external factors alone. Meaning there's a part you have to play. And those parts you have to play is the most critical ones. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine just recently, and we were discussing the power of control. And I said, look, these things you're sharing with me, I need you to understand something. There are certain things you have control over. Pay attention to those things. There are things you don't have control over. Don't let those things define you. You have control over your self-discipline. You have control over your understanding of identity. You have control over your emotions. You should have control over it. You have control over so many of these things. Why should you allow external factors like how people think about you, what people say, right? What will happen outside and all of those things that you do not have your hands on or a full grasp on to define the entirety of your being? I don't think that is fair. So, to help us maximize our purpose, there are certain deposits that are in you that will help you, fulfill this purpose. Number one is your potentials. I know you've heard it before. Oh, you have potential. Oh, this guy has potential. Your potential is your tool for fulfilling purpose. And if you look deep, you would see it. I'm just running through them. We'll talk about it. Number two is your passion. Your passion is like that fuel that drives you through the journey. All right? That's what your passion is. So if you say you don't have passion, there's a problem. Number three is your personality. Your personality is that thing that makes you comfortable in your skin while you pursue your purpose. Right? There are some people that you just see and this person is cut out for this thing. It's just their personality. They're very outgoing. you may not understand why you have that personality until a need arises for that, or until you discover your purpose. And the truth is, once you discover purpose, everything begins to make sense to you. You now know why you've been reserved. You now know why you are very calm. You now know why you are more introspective. Because you'll be in that space where people need to trust you, and people do not trust people who are very loud and speaking too much. Everything begins to make sense. Like, you just start connecting the dots when you discover purpose, right? I heard somebody speaking, and he said, oh, growing up, he used to be a talkative. Like in class, they'll say, why are you the person always making noise? When they're writing names of noisemaker, he has star, 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 star. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, everybody is complaining. But that same thing of talking too much is now what they are paying him millions for to come and do. Yes. 10 million naira to stand on a stage like this for 1 hour and speak. The same thing that people were shouting and, saying all manner of things to him for. Right? So your personality is meant to help you get comfortable in your skin in that. And then lastly is your gift. Your gift is God's deposit in you. It's like God's present. Just the way you know the word gift, that is how it is. Your gift is God's gift to you. Right? So let's talk about your gift. Let's talk about your gift. Your gift is gotten from a root word called charisma, which means grace. Right? And it is simply like God's deposit or God's present to you while you are coming to earth. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defined your gift as a notable capacity. That thing that people can see about you. Because your gift is your source of value. And everybody has one. And if you don't know how to find yours, I will tell you. But a few things can I have this slide, please? Media team, please help me. All right. Few things to note about your gifts. Your gifts are abilities that brings transformation in people's lives. So one easy way to spot this thing is to just look, what is that thing that when I do, people always commend about or compliment, right? That, oh, I did this thing very well. It's a pointer. It's a pointer, right? That thing that people can trace in you that touches them the most. Maybe you know how to sing, but it's not your singing that used to move them. It's when you cook that egusi soup. And they eat it like this. Somebody's day has been made, Maybe the person has been going through a mental breakdown and they just taste your egusi soup like this. It's healing to their body. You better take that thing seriously. Right? There are so many things I can do. But there are some that I have discovered that once I do them, I always get feedback that, oh, this thing really impacted me in this way. I find those things, I pay attention to it, I harness those things, and I ensure that I deploy it more often. That's your gift, right? Your gift is your responsibility to develop. It's not God's responsibility. And you develop it through consistency, through discipline, and through development. I've established the fact that everybody has it. So you should know that you also have yours, right? And your responsibility is to develop those gifts and deploy those gifts to your generation, okay? And you do that through consistency. The third point on this is there's a demand on your gift for your purpose. Now, your gift is not your purpose, but your gift is meant to be used in fulfilling your purpose. Meaning, you can be gifted and yet use that gift for the wrong thing. And the beautiful thing about it is that the gift will not be taken away from you. We've seen people who use their oratory gifts to cause chaos and to do all manner of unimaginable things because they have the ability to talk to people and people will buy into what they are saying, right? You know examples as I'm speaking right now. Yes, they're able to communicate a vision and people will follow them into the grave, follow them into fire. So that gift has been given already. It cannot be taken back. However, your gift is meant to be used for something good. And I'll show you what it is. Right? So, until you know the purpose of your gift, it may not even bring meaning to you and make a lasting impact on the earth. And lastly, your gift is a seed, and you must be ready to sow that seed. It is a seed, that was given to you from God as an expression of Him. I need one volunteer. Just one person. A guy, a lady, anyone. So, if your gift is a seed, what do you do with that seed? Can I have one volunteer, please? Let me do an illustration. Thank you. If your gift is a seed, what do you do with that gift? Thank you. You can just stand here. You do what? You have to sow it. I mean, there are people who don't sow theirs, right? You can take that gift and just throw it away. You can take that gift, or that seed rather, and kill it. You can trample upon it, whatever it is. But that gift is meant to be used. That seed is meant to go into the soil so that it can produce something. Picture your creation journey as this. I'm showing this illustration now so that you remember it anytime this subject comes up. And you can understand how critical this thing is. Because there are a lot of people that are running around looking for what is not lost, when what they truly need is inside of them. But you see, we are in a society and an environment that does not condition you to truly pay attention to what matters. Are we together? The society has conditioned you to pay attention to what the world needs, what the society needs. So you wake up in the morning, you do not think of what is in me that I need to harness and deploy. You're only looking around. Oh, what is that trendy path? Okay, today it is skit making. I jump on skit making. Tomorrow now it will be something else. I jump on that thing, right? You never take out time to ask, really, what is inside me that I can bring out that the world will benefit from? Now, I said your existence was never a mistake, right? The process might have been a mistake, as your parents did not plan for you. The next sibling to you was probably already an adult before you came. So they didn't plan. But that doesn't make any difference, because the intent of the Creator was never a mistake. Now, when He was creating you, listen to me, please, and look up at me, everyone, because this is very important. When He was creating you, all of us believe in God, right? Whatever God means to you, we all believe in God. We believe God created you. Now, this is what happened when He was creating you, and as it relates to your gift. There's something He needed you to do on the earth. Are you cold? Say you are cold. He's cold. All right. Now, because God is multi-breasted, He has many dimensions to Him. Today you say, oh, God is big. Tomorrow you say He's wise. Tomorrow you say He's kind. There are many aspects to Him. He's fine. And we say all of us are created in His image. And I'm wondering, how does He look? Because you don't look like me. I don't look like you. So really, how does He look? He's a spirit. You can't really give. But here's the thing. He takes out a part of Him, right? Like a nature of Him, an aspect of Him. And He has created you. And He's sending you to the earth. He's saying, what's your name? Bola. Bola. I'm sending you to Lagos, right? Where are you from? Ekiti, not Lagos. I'm sending you to Ekiti. And Bola, there are certain things I need you to do in Ekiti. Now, you were not born before these things is happening. So you don't know this conversation, right? There are certain things I need you to do in Ekiti. And because of that, to help you actualize those things, I will take off a nature of me and give to you. So this is what happens. And then He puts it on him. Now, as Bola goes into the earth, you're going into the earth now. This is the earth. As Bola is being born, right, and he's going into the earth, anybody that sees Bola is supposed to be seeing me, because Bola is wearing my dress. Because Bola is carrying something of me in him. That is what happens when you discover your gift. No, stay. Don't worry. We'll get back. Don't run. You are in the earth. You are carrying a part of me. Right? That is actually what happens when you discover your gift. Now, whatever Bola chooses to do with this is left to him. Bola can decide to say, nobody values this thing in Ekiti. So he will carry that suit and push it under his cupboard and never bring it out again. Bola can decide to say, oh, since this suit attracts people to me, let me wear this suit and go out. Let them come to me. and I will use that opportunity to impact their lives. That is what you're meant to do with your gift. Bola can wear this suit and say, oh, because I'm wearing this suit and people are liking it, this is my source of value. Bola will now place value on it. They'll start paying Bola money to just come and touch it. Touch that. No, let her touch it. See, I like it. I like what you're wearing. And they're paying him money to touch it. That's what happens when you discover and you harness your gift. But guess what? You know what all of us do? Or many people do? Take off that jacket. Bola takes this off. And he's walking around. I've given him this. He takes this off. He drops it somewhere. And he's walking around. Seeing other people who are wearing theirs. And he's looking for them. He's asking, why is this person special? Why is this person having results? Why are people regarding this person? Why are they placing value on this person? The answer is with him. And it has been with him all the while. All the while. But because you wake up in the morning and the noise of Lagos alone is sufficient to help you drown your sanity, you do not even have the ability to take out time to look, what is there in me that needs to come out? So we spend the whole day listening to other people. We don't even have time to listen to ourselves. Right? Are we together? I'm wrapping up this discussion now. So, what you do with your gift is up to you. But you should make good use of this gift. Thank you very much. Now, how do you know an area of gifting? Quickly. It's an area where you find ease in. Certain things just come very easy for you, but to other people it's hard. I can stand here and have this conversation for the next 3 hours. Honestly speaking, I will not be tired. Yes. Somebody else is thinking, how is Shalom on this stage and he's just talking so confidently? Maybe beyond the practice or experience, it is because it is already inside. There's another area that I'll see you doing something and I'm like, how are you even doing this? Like, how do you even cook this meal so well? How do you even, work this thing so well? So what is common to you is actually magic and miracle to other people. Right? So find out your area of ease. I've already said, find that thing that unlocks gratitude in other people. Number 2 are your passion. Or is your passion. Your passion is what keeps you alive. Many people are dead. They are just walking around the earth. But really, they are dead. Because there's no passion to sustain them again. Right? Your passion breeds conviction in you. And it is conviction that will make the world to rally around you. All right? I've said number 3 is your personality. Your personality is what makes you comfortable in your skin. And then lastly, the pointers to purpose. So we've had this conversation. It's important to discover purpose. The world needs to, benefit from your purpose. You have to deploy your purpose while you're on earth and all of those things. Where should you look at? Number 1, look above. Right? Look upward. I mean, if you believe in God, you believe that before he sent you, there's something he had created you for, right? You may want to ask him for that thing. The manufacturer of a thing is the best person to say what the use of that thing is. Right? Number 2, look behind. There's somewhere you're coming from that tells a message to where you're going to. Not everything about your past is part of, or not everything about your past, is part of your history, but there's something in your past that could be a pointer. Maybe there's there's a hurdle you had to cross. You've been engraced to help other people come out of that thing. Right? So look behind. Where you are coming from contains message in it for where you are going to. Number 3, look inward. We've discussed this already, your gifts, your talents, and all of that. And then lastly, look around you. There are a lot of problems around you that you can start solving. You don't have to wait to know if this is what I am meant to do. Lagos has enough problems already. Right? If you look at just one of it that you can start solving in your immediate environment, trust me, you will unlock value for yourself. You will impact your generation. You don't even have to look far. The pain around you is the voice of God in a lower resolution. Just find it. The students, the school students, or the young children around you who are not able to go to school, and you have some little money that you can spare and just, support them. Do it. I was in my 200 level in school when I adopted somebody, and I brought him home, and I told my mom, I want to put this boy in school. And she was looking at this guy. She said, I'm in school. And they were funding me in school. And she said, Is everything okay? I said, yes, everything is okay. The boy came to look for work. I said, this boy is too young to be doing all this manual labor. And I brought him in. I asked her, where are his parents? He was giving a description I didn't know. And I said, okay, out of what you'll be giving me, this is true life story. I said, out of what you'll be giving me at home, can I spare out a part of it to pay for this boy's school fees and you augment the rest? And she said, okay. So I took the boy to the school. They said, no, I'm too young to register him. I'm not a parent. So I had to go back home and dragged her to the school. And then we went there. We got the boy into school, And I said, no, this one is my son from a very young age. But think about it. I could have given myself enough excuses, right? More than enough excuses. I mean, I was still collecting pocket money, for God's sake. What are you even saying? Right? More than enough excuses. So for me, the admonition to you today is look around you. There's just something you can do. And when you start, the satisfaction and fulfillment you get from it is not something you can buy in the market. The fulfillment that comes with discovering and pursuing purpose, nobody can explain it to you. You can't even understand it. My friend cannot understand why we did a business with him. The profit came out. Both of us shared the profit. The next thing I'll do is to go and host a conference with my own part of the money. He said, Shalom, you have a problem. I said, I'm sorry. He just can't understand. Only me know the joy I'm feeling from that thing. Only me know the joy and satisfaction I will feel from when I'm able to add value to somebody. When an effort I make unlocks gratitude in my community or in the society, right? And that's actually what happens. Nobody else can explain this thing for you. When you discover purpose, you find that true source of fulfillment and satisfaction. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I welcome you to the Clarity Experience. And as I said, the conversations are just starting. You've just seen my faces now. You'll see the next faces. And I am sure you'll leave here with so much value. Can you put your hands together for yourself? But before I drop the mic, I am so honored, excited, privileged, glad. I thought you'd be clapping as I'm saying all of this thing. To have somebody in the house today, Dr. Kola Wole Salau. This is my pastor. I mean, he came here and he came very early. You guys are sitting down. Okay, we're not ready yet. Can you just stand up and give a round of applause for him and celebrate him and say a very big thank you to him? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I know the sacrifice it is for him to be here. Yes, he's supposed to be somewhere else now. Thank you, sir. I am truly grateful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll be back again.
All right, so once again, give Shalom Ernest a warm round of applause. He did a fantastic job, right? Yes or yes? Yes or yes? Okay, thank you very much. So we'll be moving on to the next thing on the agenda. But I would like to just say a few things about what Shalom Ernest said. I'll be taking look around you, look inwardly, and look beyond you. That's my summary. So we'll go on to the next thing on the agenda. It's my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Josh Ajayi. Sorry, give me a minute. Josh Adeloye. I'm Joshua Adeloye. I'm so sorry. Joshua Adeloye is a purpose coach, business strategist, and purpose architect committed to transforming people, organizations, and nations. He serves as a credit analyst at the Bank of Industry, driving Nigeria's industrial growth, and is the CEO of Studio 513, producers of the acclaimed Jimmy Badru series. He holds a BSc and MSc in Information Systems from the American University of Nigeria, bridging technology, finance, and leadership. Founder of Lighthouse Barracks, a global mentorship community. Please give Mr. Joshua Adeloye a warm round of applause, please. We have amazing. Look at the material. Can you see it? The material is authentic. So we are so pleased to have you with us in this room. We also have Madam Chineye Ajayi with us in the room. She got here quite early, so please give her a round of applause for that. Ms. Chineye Ajayi is an energy professional, electricity law and policy expert, and commercial lawyer with over 12 years' experience advising government, developers, and financiers on power and infrastructure projects across Africa. She is managing associate and team lead power and infrastructure practice at Olaniun Ajayi LP, a graduate of the University of Jos and University of Lagos LLM. She is currently pursuing an MBA at Lagos Business School. She is founder and CEO of Sofa Power Limited, a clean energy company delivering solar solutions across Africa, and founder of Graced Energy Professionals for Africa, and which is a faith-based community of energy professionals. I love women who are heavy. Please give her a round of applause. It's our pleasure to have you in this room. Thank you very much. So we'll be moving on into the panel session with the both of them. Please, I need chairs here on the stage. Kindly help me with that. Thank you. While that is being done, they'll be talking to us about, we've been talking about introduction to purpose. Shalom has told us how to find ourselves, looking inwardly and also looking beyond us, that we already have these things that we look for in other people. Like my pastor would say, you have your own oil. Don't be so focused on other people's oil. You won't get it. Everybody has their own oil. So it's time to start looking inwardly to what is working for you, to what people commend you for, things that come naturally to you, that you don't even have to struggle, that the things that you find easy. And maybe by then you will understand why you were placed in the family that you are placed, first of all, in the community that you are placed in, and why you are placed on earth as a person. So it's my pleasure to invite to this panel session Mrs. Ajayi and Mr. Joshua Adeloye once again. We're so sorry. The chairs and tables should have been assembled before now. We're so sorry for that. Sorry. I'm a lady. Can somebody help me with this? I can't carry it. Thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. He's a gentleman. Thank you. Okay, so let's have you, Ma. Let's have you, sir.
All right, thank you. Please, can you give a round of applause for them? Yes, just celebrate them. Thank you.
Ladies first.
All right. I told you I'll be back to your face again. You see, I'm back. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So let me play a quick game. There's somebody here that I'm meeting for the first time. Who can guess who it is? There's somebody on this, to my left or my right. And I have a gift for the best guess. Who can guess? Raise your hand. Don't do No, you, I should pick you. Never. Yes. Okay, there's somebody there. She. I won't say whether it's right or wrong. Yes, anybody else, so I can pick the right answer. Somebody should guess. There's a gift for you. I can't pick you. No, it doesn't work that way. No, I can't pick you too. You know the answer. The guy behind here. Him. Yeah, you got it right. Congratulations. We have a gift for you. So, I'm excited again because the two people here are people who their journey personally inspires me. Mrs. AJ is somebody I really love and respect. I think I did from the first day I saw her. I always say it. I was just so excited to meet her, and she's been very supportive. And thank you, man. Your journey really inspires me. Pastor George, thank you, sir. Thank you. He traveled all the way from outside Lagos this morning to be here. Yes. He did. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Let's talk. Because all these things I've shared here now, it may sound like aspire to perspire to somebody. Discover purpose. We never chop. I'm hungry, I'm broke. You're saying discover purpose. There's reality to these things, right? Yes. I mean, I've been discussing this for about 5 years now, actively. So I know the kind of questions and challenges I meet, especially with young people. Nigeria alone does not allow you, this environment does not allow you to discover purpose. You just want to hustle. Man must chop. Just find the next thing that can bring money into your hand. Leave this topic of purpose, right? Mrs. AJ, why is it important? Right? Why is it even important to choose to find that thing that you've been called to do and pursue it? Why? Because I know you are doing so.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I'm just trying to think about the right, the way to approach the question. But I think it's important because there's a vacuum in everyone. And no matter how much we chase money, chase a lot of whatever it is we're chasing today, that vacuum will always exist. I traveled for a work trip with a colleague 2 weeks ago. Beautiful lady, everything all, if you look at her externally, you would think, I want to be everything like this. She has everything going for her. But we're having a conversation. She told me, Chine, I don't even know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And when I saw that, when I had her say that, I was grateful for where I am. Now, of course, I'm not where I'm looking forward to be, but I don't feel the same way. So my point here is the reason why, the first and most important reason we need to discover purpose is that it helps you live a fulfilling life. A life that is complete and whole, right? You are not chasing, like they call it, the rat race. So that's one of the reasons why it's important. The second reason is that we've got to make our Creator proud. Like, He's made so much investment in us that it would be a sheer waste of our lives if we don't find it. Right? And then the third thing is that, I'll make it 4. The third thing is that a lot of lives, like you rightly said, are attached to yours. And finally, just to keep it very brief, is the fact that money you are looking for, everything that you think you're looking for is fine, is right inside that purpose. So why not save yourself the stress of hustle and bustle and take some time and actually find what it is, and find that everything you're looking for everywhere is right in the center of it, because it's where your location is, where God has positioned you to be in, that's where your provision is found. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, a good place to clap. Very good place to clap. And everything you're looking for is actually at the center of what you have been given already. It's just for you to, make that commitment. So you're not chasing many things and leaving the core important things. Does that make sense? Sir, you run Lighthouse Barracks. You teach on discovery of purpose, especially for young people. You let young people know that they should commit to making an impact in their generation. But let's face the reality. Don't always face reality, because you'll never go anywhere. But for this conversation, let's face the reality. Is it an easy thing to do? And what do you think is the necessary act of courage that somebody would need to take, especially in a place like Nigeria, in order to fulfill purpose? Because you can be bringing your idea and sharing, and people tell you, please shift from here. This thing cannot work here. Yes, so in the practicality of it.
Please, can we just give a round of applause for Mr. Shalom once again? It's not easy to make the sacrifice to impact others, and I celebrate you for it. Well done. I have been, we had a conversation, teaching about purpose discovery and fulfillment for maybe 7 to 8 years now, which all started with, I've had the head knowledge, but I did not know how important it was until my mother passed about 10 years ago. And when she died, and I went to God to pray, and, why will you take her so young? And one of the responses I got was that she had done all I needed her to do. You can be done before 60. My entire mindset changed. That it's no longer how long, but how well. Have you done with everything He has put in you? Have you impacted the world with everything He has put in you? Have you done every assignment put in your hands? So we don't have time to waste. We need to move right now. While teaching purpose, in the early years, a young man in the room raised his hand. And when I called him, I said, okay, what's your question? And he said, thank you for this purpose message. But when is the money coming?
Critical question.
When are we going to blow? When are we going to make ends meet with? We love what you are saying, but money for ground. And it's a critical question because, you see, the way the system of the world is created is such that you have to choose between purpose and money all your life. Either going for just profits or going for what God has called you to do. Know it and know peace. That's contention is going to happen all your life. Especially in a place like Nigeria where poverty is almost a disease. You don't matter as a human being as long as you don't have money. If I walk into a room, even if I'm a billionaire, but not dressed like a billionaire, the way you are treated will be very different from when they now find out that the car parked outside, is yours. The next thing, everybody changes how they talk to you. That's Nigeria. So 2 things. One is know that you're going to have to make the sacrifice. Purpose may never really pay in the initial. Because in the initial phase, you're doing a lot of more of learning and serving than earning. Make peace with that. That in due time, the value you become, and I'm being very careful with my words, it's not just value you produce, the value you become will bring the wealth necessary for your life. The second thing that I have advised, since I'm being practical and realistic, is something called, I call it Ikigai. I had to find that so that I could help young people. And an Ikigai is basically something that, it's a Japanese concept that helps you with 4 questions. What are you passionate about? What are you very good at doing, you are skilled at? What, out of these 2 things, what does the world need right now? And what are people willing to pay you for right now? It will produce 2 to 3 things that it may not be the core of your purpose, but it would create a source of funding to support or to bring capital into what your purpose is, until your purpose has now gotten to a point where it can now fund your life. So do an Ikigai test. You can go online. There are different Ikigai tests on that. and then see what it produces for you. It's basically just helping you see talents you have and what people are willing to pay for currently, and be doing that on the side while you major on the purpose. So that's my advice.
Amazing. Amazing. Did we get that? Yes, sir. Some people are looking at us to do they did we all get that? So while you're looking for that specific, find that thing that you can do, that people are willing to pay you for, that is an area of ease and gifting for you, and start deploying it. You know, because you need sustainability at the end of the day, so that you will not think everything we're saying is aspire to perspire, right? So, very important. Message I will ask, where is the place of courage and selflessness? Okay. When I say selflessness, I mean, to be honest, putting this together, there are so many things one would have done with money. I don't want to go into that topic. She's laughing. She knows what I'm talking about. There are really so many things I could have done with the money, right? Where is that place of courage to dare and the selflessness to look beyond yourself and on the journey of discovering purpose?
Okay, so I also try to be very practical, maybe share a bit of my story with us, and then in a bit, while I answer that question. So the courage to dare and selflessness. So fast forward back, I was called, I've been a lawyer for more than 12, yeah, between 12 years, I can't even remember again, but yeah, over 10 years, yeah. So, and I've been practicing as a lawyer. There was a law firm I was working in. I got to the position of associate partner at the time. But I was really empty inside. Like, I was just asking myself, is this what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life? It felt so monotonous, doing the same thing, going around the circle, until I stumbled on, a message online. And this is one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about sharing things online. You just never can tell whose life will be transformed by it. I'm sure the person that's shared that message doesn't even know me till today. But that singular act transformed me, and I'm here. So yeah, but fast forward to then I got that, and then I began to ask myself, and I started actually with the Bible, because I'm a Christian, brought a Christian home, and I read the Bible every day, nice things, go to church, you feel so good. And I went back, I'm tired. How can I be looking at something in the Bible? There is nothing to show for it in my life. It wasn't connecting, right? And then I began to ask questions. And the questions got me to the point of praying about things until, I get the nudge in my heart around energy and all of that. Now, energy, most people, when you talk about energy, everybody sees it as an opportunity to make money. But for me, it wasn't. All I could see was the hardship and the pain that people are going through because they lack power. Okay, and then I knew that where I was at the time I felt all of a sudden, the moment I began to discover this, where I was became too small. I felt like as though I was in a box and I was struggling. You know, when you're choking with something, I needed to just leave. Now, I didn't have another means of income at the time, but I knew I needed to go to find and discover this new thing burning in my heart, which brings me back to the point of courage at that time. Everybody I spoke to, Chine, you are not serious. You are not. Are you okay? Who leaves a job without getting another job? But I knew in my heart that was one of the things I needed to do. And just in case you might not be exactly my scenario of leaving a job, but there may be a decision you need to take. And let me just share with you one of the things that helped me during that period. It was difficult. But the moment I knew there was a thing I needed to do, I didn't quickly go to sharing it with even my husband at the time. One of the things God dropped in my heart then was take some time and pray and brood over it. It was like a week, just praying and thinking about it. But through that week, what had happened was that the decision firmed up in my heart. Like I was so sure, like my name, that this is what I needed to do. So by the time I was coming to tell people around me, I'm not trying to get your opinion, because I was sure. But if I had said it before then, maybe someone would have said, are you sure? What would people say? And I would have changed my mind. But so if you are struggling with daring something, before you begin to talk plenty, go firm it up in your heart, right? In a place of prayers, get God's word to back it up. Just firm it up before daring. Now, that's on the part of courage today. That's just one of the many instances, but I'll just say I don't take most of our time. Then on the part of selflessness, now I got into the job and, okay, there was something that God had asked me, to do. And at the time, God began to lay my heart towards, I became very passionate about giving towards things that pertain to God. Now, I'm going to have money, right? There are so many things, like, okay, and I think the part was the business aspect of it. I know doing business in Nigeria is very difficult, right? But it is rewarding. Now, if I was to stay with my salary, my monthly salary, it's sufficient for me and my family. I don't need to do anything extra. Trust me. But there were things in my heart I wanted to do. When I look at that, I look at my salary, it's not matching. So my starting a business wasn't because I lacked money. I was looking for money. But I needed to do it because there were bigger things God would have me do that needed larger sums of money than what my salary can get. So that brings the point of selflessness. So sometimes purpose is not really about, it's not the most convenient life to live, but it's the most rewarding life to live. Maybe I'll just stop there.
Amazing. Did we get that? Please, can we give her a round of applause? It truly, in fact, I can say it is not the most convenient. It's not male. It is not just the most convenient, really. Because there are a lot of opportunities that will come that are distractions for you. I've had instances like this. This thing is very nice, but man, for me at this place, it is a distraction. And you just have to, make the trade-off, right? And it's always there. So one last question, and because our time is already up, I would ask you, sir, and you can also just chip in maybe in a minute. So you have discovered this thing, right? You've said, okay, this is what I'm really passionate about. This is what I believe I have a potential for, I've been gifted for. This is what I believe my purpose is. This is what unlocks, a sense of fulfillment in me. But sustainability in the area of systems and structures, is very important. How do you go about it?
Very good question. First thing you need to know is you will have to do a lot of things afraid. Do it afraid. Once God has given that go ahead, we sometimes tend to ask, okay, God, let rain fall tomorrow if you are the one that spoke to me. You start to ask for signs because you are afraid to move. Do it afraid. That's one of the best advice I've gotten. Start. And how do you start? By God's grace, my purpose assignment is one of it, which is the Lighthouse Barracks. I have built it to the point where it can run without me. I pastor a church as well. I'm not going to be in my church for 1 month. It's going to run seamlessly. Ensure that whatever you are building gets to a point where you not being around anymore does not bring to an end, because your purpose outlives you. So you leaving the earth doesn't mean that purpose has ended. It must still continue to impact lives. First things first, write the vision down. Make it plain. What is it that God is telling you to do? Make it plain. Create a 5-year plan on what you're going to do based on what God has told you to do. At least 5 years. I usually do more, but for starters, do a 5-year plan. Ask God to lead you to a team or a group of people that will support you, that will hold your hand. Sometimes God will lead you to them. Sometimes, they'll be led to you. For Studio 513, for example, God was leading me to just DM some people on Instagram. Joshua Mike Bamilo said, okay, hi, how are you? Do you want to work on this project? He just said, okay, yes. So, the way we look at the Bible and say, Jesus just called the disciple and they just said yes. I think it's like, that's how it is, though. The person just said yes because God has spoken to the person before you came. Right? Because you've been praying through. In fact, the first thing is prayer. So enter the place of prayer to start to pray through that assignment. And things now start to. So when the team comes and you have that meeting with them, let them sell the vision to them, let them understand what you're trying to do. Outline what does success look like based on this assignment. What are key metrics? It's something that Nigeria doesn't do. What does success look like? And then start to chase after it. As you grow with that team, you expand the numbers because other people start to believe in what you are doing and come and join you over time. And then you now delegate power to a point where things can now run without you. So
Amazing.
that's a simple answer.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. That's a master class compressed in how many minutes now? Like 2 minutes or so, right? He said begin with writing it down. Of course, like, okay, begin with prayer, right? Just communicate with God concerning it, then write it down. Anything you're doing that you don't write down, you're not committing yourself to doing it. Then find the right people that need to be on that. Find the right people who should be on board and have a plan, like your 5-year plan. And lastly, grow. Your vision should grow. Okay, please.
Yeah, and just to add to what he has said, something is, again, I believe, I like to say that for everybody, there's something in your heart that is there. You just know it. I think for me, the first thing to start, just in addition to what he said, is to read about it, be very knowledgeable about it. One of the things I said to do was just to read. I was something I wasn't familiar with, but I was just reading. Read until you are so good at it. Number 2, talk about it. Because nobody's everybody is busy. And so you need to find a system that allows you to talk about what you do. Then develop yourself as well. Begin to learn about systems and structures, how to build people, talk to people. And then if there's someone, because usually whatever it is God is asking you to do, you are not the first. Okay? You're not the first. And don't ever be, I just feel like fair to share, don't ever be intimidated by the fact that someone else is doing it. Because they have their own audience. There's a cycle of people God has predestined them to reach. There are people that you have predestined to reach. There are people that can reach that. And Shalom will never reach in his entire life. So it's not about competition. You have your audience, you have your people. And then when you find someone that is doing something similar, to watch them, learn from them. And again, please, they don't have to be your close mentor. A lot of people, I want to be please be my mentor, be my mentor. You don't have to be close to them. There's a lady, I remember when I started out my journey in the energy sector, for instance, there was a lady that I saw. I really admired her work. Till today, I've never spoken to her, but I was always reading her profile. Events she's attending, stuff she's going, training she's taking. And I'm just picking it here and there. There was a course she took, I applied for, and I took it. So I'm just trying to say that I'm seeing the journey and I'm learning, right? And most importantly, oh God, get people who support you. Start from what's the smallest thing you know to do now? Like, I know there's 1,000 things in your mind. Like, what's that one thing you are clear about now? And you start from it, and the path will become clearer. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Please, can we give them a round of applause? If you don't clap for them very well, I will just assume that you did not get anything. Thank you. Is the photographer, maybe we could just take a photo before we leave? So, yes, we'll get to the question and answer part of the conversation. Yes, please, you can join us. Yes, please. Yes. All right, please give them a round of applause again. So we're going to jump into the next round of panel session, and I'm sure you're also going to get something from this one. Very, very, very importantly. So put your hands together as I hand over the mic back to our host. Thank you.
I hope you're having a great time so far. Interesting. Like I promised you, I said today's conversation is going to question your ideologies, the things that you usually do believe in before, and maybe question why you are at the point where you are. Maybe you should be doing more. Or maybe it's just one person that you need to reach out to help you actualize your dreams. All right, we're moving on to the next panel session, and I promise you, this is going to be very packed. So keep your notepad really close this time, your pen very close to, as I introduce to you, Orifunke Lawal. Orifunke Lawal is a visionary leader driving impact across leadership, women's empowerment, and governance. She serves as technical advisor to the managing director of Lagos Water Corporation, bringing tri-sectoral experience across media, business, and public service. She is founder of Lady with Balls. Actually, she's a lady with balls, right? A 300-member women's network and the Orifunke Lawal Academy, providing structured career and business training, and author of 6 books. Please clap. Do you know what it takes to be an author? Do you know? Please clap. 6 books, that's amazing, including Patterns of Progress. She is a sought-after speaker and thought leader. It's my pleasure to have you on stage, ma'am. Please keep the clap going. Thank you. All right, we also have, he calls himself the culture architect. And maybe when you see him, you understand, he looks like an architect, okay. So it's my pleasure to invite Bayode Thomas. Right? I know where that who is coming from. You people should not oppress the others, okay? So it's my pleasure to invite to the stage Bayode Thomas. Is a multi-award winning culture architect. I said it, I didn't even read this bio before I knew architect is there. Health tech innovator and global speaker, bridging medicine, business strategy, and social impact. He is country director for Instant Rad Nigeria. I'm calling the Instant Rad the way you would like to call it. So Instant Rad actually, but we say Instant Rad in Nigeria, where he led its Pan-African expansion into Rwanda, Sierra Leone, and Cameroon. He is also the founder, CEO of Rescue Health Africa, simplifying access to diagnostic services. He is also serving as Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Lagos State. Please give my SSA a round of applause. Thank you. And co-founded the Mentors in Nigeria initiative, a network of over 100 volunteer mentors. Please, I bring to you Bayode Thomas. And together, Orifunke Lawal and Bayode Thomas will be talking to us about barriers to growth and purpose. And I would like to also brag that these 2 amazing speakers that will be talking to us today, they are fellows. Oh, sorry. He's currently a fellow, but she's our senior. She's an alumni of Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy. And he is currently a fellow of Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy. Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy fellows, please, by the wave of hand, let's see your energy. So it's my pleasure to have my own, doing this panel session. So I will hand over now while they do justice to that. Thank you very much.
I mean, even if you don't invite me to, no, it's fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Oluwatosin Alabi. Thank you very much. All right, it's nice to have us seated here. I'm really honored to be here today, moderating the session, sitting with the delectable Orifunke Lawal. It's nice to have you. And of course, my very own paddy, my leading leader, Bayode Thomas. So we're just going to be going straight to, the session, right? Because we are pressed for time. I'm going to start with Bayode, right? I know that you came from a very humble background. And when I mean humble, right? And you have since then built yourself to be somebody, the 1% of the 1%. So, what does environment, family, society, culture play in limiting people's pursuit of purpose? Because we have a lot of people that give excuses that, because of my environment, my father was very poor, my grandfather was a very, very poor, poorest of the poorest. That is why they are nobody. So what does, the community and family actually have to do in influencing that part?
Thank you. Please, if you don't mind, let me celebrate our guy, because good to see you here, sir. I'm honored. Followed your work everywhere. I'm also, happy to learn here. And also to Shalom, thank you for doing this. I know that this is not for so many people, even if the all looks full. It's just for few people. And, and that's one of the things that I feel that if you are one of those people, you are one of those people we are sent to, right? And like Tosin, thank you. Funke, I follow your work. I just said that to you right now. Now, the truth is that, yes, I came from a very humble background and a very humble one at that. End of Lagos Town right is Ijegun, right? And for those who are familiar with Ijegun, that's where I'm from. And the deeper part of it, Ijagemo, that's quite deep. Now, and the truth is that just like I was learning in the initial panel session, the truth is that life, the world in itself, it's not designed for anybody to find purpose. Listen, guys, the world in itself is not designed for any of us to find purpose. The world is designed for us to be purpose, as in help those who find purpose. Such that if you are really called to find purpose, you'll find purpose. But the multitude are called to actually help those who would find purpose. Our schools are designed to teach us to help those who have found purpose find purpose. And that's why you see somebody who doesn't know how to speak English employ those who can speak so great English, and they are employing them to work for them. That's to tell you that everything around us in our environment is letting us know that you are not meant to find purpose. And that is why it is even harder. So you see, one of the prevailing questions if you search Google is, how can I find purpose? As though purpose can be found. The truth is that purpose can't even be found. We position for purpose, purpose find us. Come on, I'm not talking to you.
Yes,
it's not found. We position for it, it finds us. And that's why if you look at, I'm not going to be apologetic about what I'm going to say now, because the things that really make us find purpose is in our Creator, right? It's in our Creator, it's in God. And that is why, if you look at scriptures that have discussed about how to find purpose, there are few scriptures that Jesus said. Number one is, whatsoever your hand findeth to find to do it with all your might and all your might. Now, if you look at that in itself, every person, almost every person who has found purpose one way or the other, it did not come to you. You did not find it. It came to you. It was that you were doing something so amazing that somebody could not wait to see the weight of what you carry and want to do something with you. And that's why success is not even achieved. It is handed to you. It's given. Do you understand? And that's why, for me, I feel that purpose in itself is something that we position for. Number two scripture is that if you have not done that which is for others, who will give to you that which is yours? So that you see that in doing something that is for others, we find something that is for me. I see all of my growth journey in this entirety are in those two things. If you feel me do anything, I do it like I will run mad. Number two, I will serve people. And in my service to people, I've always seen people say, Bayo, you are not meant to be here. You are meant to be there. And I'm always handed over, rooms, to be in rooms. And this is usually for those who came from my kind of background. If you're not from my kind of background, don't worry. You are already beating life 1-0. If you are from my background, life has beaten you like 8-0. You have to first score 8-8. Like me now, I'm currently on 8-8. Just ready to kickstart the real journey.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
that make sense?
wonderful. I can get you. So what you're doing right now is you're saying you don't have the mass, but you have the accelerator. All right. Thank you for that. Piggybacking on what Bayo has said right now, and he said that you don't find purpose. You find purpose to find purpose to find purpose. Aspire to Maguire, basically, right? But that was a beautiful one. If you cannot find purpose, right? If it is not like purpose is that thing that you have to go and be looking for somewhere, and a lot of people are trying to find it, and because they're trying to find it, they're doing a lot of things. There are 7 people, like Bayo has said, but in 7 people, they've still not found who they are, right? So what's the place of experimentation? Because a lot of people want to do a lot of experiments to find their purpose. And some people are still not finding it. And some people, they just have to do one thing and they found it. So what's the place of experimentation and, doing a lot of things and finding purpose? Because I know you do a lot of things. And again, by the way, have I said that I have a lot of friends that started in your community with you? People like Vadela and and I see how far they have gone over the years. Oh, that's pretty good. Well done, by the way. So yes, let's go back to the question. So what do you do in the experimentation on finding purpose?
Okay, thank you very much. It's very good to be here. I'm very honored. Thank you, Shalom. Experimentation. How many of us are multi-potentialites? You know, you like to do different things. You're interested in a lot of different things.
You can raise up your hand.
You know, don't be shy. I am also one of those people. I've always been interested in different things. And the first thing I would say is that is a strength. I don't see it as a weakness. It is a strength. Now, experimentation is very important because it is moving you in the direction of where you want to be more than the person who doesn't experiment. You know, there are two extremes. There are people who don't do anything at all. They just sit down and they are finding purpose. They say, oh, I'm waiting for purpose. I'm waiting for purpose. I'm waiting for purpose. They are not doing anything. But there's also another extreme where you're like doing everything. Today you do something, tomorrow you do another thing. There's also that extreme, even though I prefer that extreme to not doing anything. Now, number one, experimentation is okay. Because there are things you will not know you can do until you do them. So you need to do. There are levels of things, there are things I've done that unless I actually decided to do them, I wouldn't have known that I could do them. Starting a business, getting into government. There are things that I did not know I could do until I started to do them. However, experimentation without inspiration is the very result, or let me say, the goal of distraction. And that is why, as a person, you cannot depend on your own self to be aligned with purpose. You need a higher power so that you're not doing everything for 10 years, for 20 years, and it's all useless. And so one of the ways that I get my own purpose is by being aligned with God. So there are a lot of things that I can do, but I don't do. Why? Because I already know that with my relationship with God, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So when somebody sees me doing different things, and then they want to copy me and do different things, you may not get the same result because you did not get the conviction that I got from God. So experimentation is good, but you need to be able to lean into your relationship with God. You need to be able to lean into a higher power. Whatever you believe me, I believe in God, and I hope you believe in God. But you need to, lean into something bigger than just experimenting. Then the next thing I also want to say is, you need to be able to reflect. And I am always saying reflection because I've seen how reflection can change lives. The problem with a lot of young people is that they are doing many different things. But you're not stepping back to ask yourself the important questions. So this thing that you did, what did it teach you about yourself? What did you learn about it? Who did it make you become? And this is why you can try teaching today and you realize teaching is actually not for me. You can try social impact tomorrow and you realize it is for you. Because after everything, every endeavor that you put your hands to, you step back and you ask yourself, number one, what did this teach me about myself? Number two, how did I feel doing it? Number three, if I did not do this, would it have made any mark on me or on the other people? And that's why you realize, okay, maybe I started a business, but if I didn't do the business, I would have still been okay. Anything that if you do, or if you didn't do, anything that if you did not do, would not have made any impact on you or on anybody else cannot be your purpose.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to buttress on that, right? I hope we're getting it. Are we getting it? Are we getting inspired? Are we getting answers? I need to know if you're getting answers. Are we getting answers? If you're getting answers, say yes, oh yes. Oh, great. All right, how do you know when somebody is settling? And this is to both of you, by the way. How do you know when somebody is settling instead of evolving? Because a lot of people, when they get to the peak, right? When they get to their 8/8, right? They believe that they have achieved, right? But actually, that is when you're supposed to just start. So how do you know when someone is settling instead of evolving into their purpose? All right. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so now for me, right, it's an analogy that had come to me before. And it's when I'm driving. I'm at the traffic point, right? If you are the first person on the traffic light and then it's red. and then you notice something. The moment, if you want you moving forward from today, I'm sure you see what I'm saying. The moment the light goes green, people behind are always honking for the first person there. Why? It's the oppression of winning. When you win, smile, don't laugh. Because there's never the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is purposelessness. Is that at the point where you get to, it looks like a winning point. For instance, I wanted to write JAMB. Lord, if I can just write this JAMB, I promise you, I will serve for just my life. Just that you write JAMB, you pass the JAMB, and then it looks like, was it just JAMB? I remember when I went to enter this academy. It felt like heaven and earth, Lord. I know it's just 30 people out of 10,000 people. Lord, please. I got to the academy. I'm like, really? Is this what it is?
Amen.
And then I bet people in the academy were like, wow, please, August, because we're running up August, right? Now, it's called the oppression of success and the tastelessness of success as well. Such that every time you hold it, it feels tasteless. Now, what that does to us, if I ask you a question, if Adam was not paid, was not going to be rewarded or remunerated for anything, but yet Adam was naming all the animals in the kingdom. Why? What's the reward for doing that? Elon is now $1 trillion in dollars, right? And for somebody who has that weight of riches still working. Now the question now, therefore, is finding purpose because of a reward we will get, or because of something we have seen? And if you look at scriptures, it says something that blessed is your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. Why is it blessing for you to do something that you don't need formal training for? My eye is meant to see normally. I shouldn't be blessed for that.
Yes.
We don't need formal training to see. We just need to be born. But the Bible says that blessed is your eyes for they see. It means that there is something that we should see beyond what our eyes is currently seeing. And if you can see that thing, blessed is you. And that's why I said that the world is training us to become people that help people who have found purpose, find purpose.
Find purpose, yes.
But there are people who are called to see beyond the normal. Those are the people that don't settle. That's why you give me some things. I can't settle because of what I have seen. So the question is, what are you seeing?
What are you
in what
saying?
I'm doing now? In what I'm doing now? What am I seeing beyond the now? Sharon was saying earlier that reality is our deception. There's never a time that reality is real.
Right.
There's something called bended time.
Right.
And that is why when you see that, if you remember when Omar was reigning, Omar was even sung as a song, first in Omar, $1 million. Then this Omar was the rave. It was like the G-Wagon of now. If you had the fortune to arrive in a world like this, then you would have seen that Omar, that is used as towing vehicle today, is what people were killing themselves for in back in the days. Now that's to tell you that there's something called bended time. The ability to see beyond the now. If you can see beyond the now, you can position now.
Thank you.
Elon is creating a new relaxation center in Mars. He has seen something we have not seen. In time, very soon, you will see that men will celebrate his work now with remuneration by saying, this is how much you get to pay to live in a world that you have seen years before.
Right.
So
Thank you.
My answer is to see beyond the now.
Right. While you're seeing beyond the now, I'm seeing time up. So let's just get all right. Please.
Okay.
Briefly.
So there's a Yoruba proverb. I won't say it in Yoruba, but it basically says that whatever you don't want when you are wealthy, you start to reject it when you are poor. And so the way to not get to that point where you stall in your growth is to decide ahead that when I get here or when I get there, I will continue to improve myself. It's a decision you have to consistently make. Now, the second thing is you have to be intentional about your exposure. Your exposure, primarily the people you have around you. So it means that you need to have measures in place where you are taking a course with people who are wealthier than you, who are more exposed than you. Because one of the dangerous places you can be is in the place where you are the local champion. Exactly. Where everybody around you is looking up to you. It can be good for your ego, but it is very bad for your growth. Because people are now like, we celebrate you. You are so anything you say, people are saying yes, yes, yes. If you're around people who want to be like you, if you're only around people who want to be like you, there's nothing to aspire to. So you need to intentionally get yourself away from communities or away from that ecosystem where everybody is ailing you, and move to a place where you are like the lowest there.
Exactly.
Where what you have achieved is literally normal thing for others. So that you'll be able to, you meet people and you're like, wow. When you're like, okay, we've done $1 million, you get to one place and, oh, $1 million. Wow, I did that 5 years ago. You'll be like, okay. You need to intentionally put yourself in communities where your eye level is normal playground for them.
Yes.
If not, you're going to stall. You're going to just be like, we have arrived. You should
Shit.
never really arrive until the day you die.
Thank you very much. I mean, why are we not clapping? I mean, first of all, I hope what we're doing is that we're already writing what we are saying and already putting ourselves in places where we are the dearest. While we are achieving, by the way, you are the dearest and you are moving with the big boys. I mean, we have a lot of big boys here. We have our, Honorable Deputy Chief of Staff. I mean, you can come and quickly network with him so that you'll be learning from him. But that's by the way. Thank you so much, Orifun Kelawal. It's really a short time, but I'm sure that a lot of us here have gotten a lot of things that we're going to, put into our lives, and we're going to build from there. Thank you also, by the way, Okay Thomas, our very own radiologist. And thank you. Thank you also for listening in. And that is the end of this panelist session. We have to do it the formal way. Thank you. Thank you, Shalom. All right. Why are we not clapping? Thank you.
Please sustain the clap. Sustain it. Thank you very much, Oluwatosin Alabi. That's how she introduces herself. I'm so sorry I omitted you when I was introducing the panel. You did a fantastic job. Thank you. Also, thank you to the panelists. You did an amazing, amazing job talking about the barriers to growth and purpose. Right now, a very important person walked into this room. Please give a warm, resounding applause to Dr. Akinpelu. Thank you very much for joining us. So I would like to quickly take his citation before he comes here to talk to us about the power of knowing what matters. You can have all of this conversation, but deep down, you're still struggling to know what really matters to you. Is it finding money? Is it finding purpose? Is it just, creating, right? Or is it just by building or even learning? So I would like to introduce to you Dr. Akinpelu. He's a globally engaged leadership scholar, governance practitioner, and strategic diplomat operating at the intersection of public policy, enterprise development, and higher education. His work is anchored in strengthening institutional capacity, advancing leadership excellence, and enabling structured transformation across Africa and other emerging regions through integrated governance, education, and enterprise systems. He serves as a special emissary on political affairs within the African Union Agenda 2063 Ambassadorial Assembly, contributing to continental-level diplomatic dialogue on governance reform, institutional architecture, and leadership development aligned with Africa's long-term integration and development agenda. His appointment reflects a deliberate evolution of engagement, progressing from impactful regional and sub-regional advisory contributions into a recognized continental diplomatic platform focused on systems transformation and policy coherence. I'll take a pause here. If you notice this citation, it's talking about governance, leadership, reforms, advancement, transformation. This is packed. So you know what is coming for you, right? Yes or yes? Yes or yes? Why is the energy low? Thank you very much. His professional trajectory is distinguished by a sustained effort to bridge 3 strategic domains: governance, education, and enterprise development. Over time, he has deliberately operated across these intersecting spheres to strengthen institutional ecosystems, enhancing leadership capacity, and support development frameworks that connect policy intent with implementation realities. This integrated approach has positioned him within progressively higher levels of engagement, culminating in continental level assignment and representation. He is the founder and chief executive of AALD, a management and research-driven organization dedicated to institutional strengthening, leadership development, and organizational performance improvement. The institution functions not only as a consulting platform, but also as a research-informed advisory hub, generating applied insights that support government, private institutions, and development actors in designing effective governance and leadership system. He also leads Octa's Social Transformation, a platform focused on advancing human capital development, social transformation, and inclusive economic progress. In addition, he founded Erudio Hub, an education enterprise committed to reimagining learning systems and developing a new generation of educators and leaders. We have an educator in this building. Ani Baba. Where is Ani Baba? Okay. So you know who to plug to, right? His advisory portfolio spans special financial services, technology, governance, and development sectors with a consistent emphasis on strengthening collaboration between policy design, enterprise execution, and educational transformation. He holds a PhD in educational leadership alongside advanced qualifications in strategic leadership, business administration, and industrial physics. His academic and professional formation underpins a systems-oriented and evidence-informed approach to governance reform, institutional design, and leadership development. It's my pleasure to introduce to you a very dynamic individual who has honed the skills in different industries and is here to share with us so that we can, drink from the well of his knowledge. It's our pleasure to hear from you today, sir, as you speak on the power of knowing what truly matters. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for Adikbeju Salami. Clap it louder for her. Thank you so much. Before you also take your seat, let's give special honor to whom it's due, the Dikos himself. Let's celebrate Mr. Same Gube. Clap louder for him than you clapped for me, eh? Please, so good to have you and to see you here, sir. Thank you so much. And let me take the time to appreciate our convener, our very dear Ernest Shalom. Let's put our hands together. Thank you so, so much. And please be seated as we have limited time. As I walked in, I listened to the panel. I said, are these the LGLA guys? I said, yes. I said, these guys are hot. I don't know what they are feeding with you guys with there, but you guys are hot. Can we put our hands together for the panelists? That was good. That was good. I learned quite a few things. And so I'll just move in straight. What truly matters? And that's what I want to look at briefly. So I will just say a few things. Then Mr. Same Gube will come and give you the real thing. So my own is just to give you a little snippet about a few things. Then he will come and do the work. At what point did I begin to pay attention rather to the things that matter in my life? So I'll take you down a memory lane and a few things that happened to me in the 80s and in the 90s. So the time I began to pay attention to the things that mattered to me in life, at what point did I get that clarity? At what point did I just connect the dots together? At what point did I begin to function in purpose, like we call it? So I will just speak a little bit to that. because I believe that the story I share with you would probably stay with you more than me just giving you some theories, and all of that. So when I woke up into a family, what the family looked like was that I came up in the middle of history. In the middle of history, because my father came into Lagos State from Osun State, where I'm from, in the 50s. So in the 40s or 50s, he came into Lagos. And he had nobody to send him to school. He had lost his father he lost his mother at the age of 4, lost his father at the age of 10. So at that time, he thought his cousins were going to send him to school. But they couldn't. They focused on their children, but really no hard feelings, because things always happen. So his uncle gave him 4 shillings. He came to Lagos, and he came with one wooden box. Came into a place in Ojo Elegba, as he said, and one day, just going, he was working for a record store. He would clean it and be in charge of it. And so one day, there was a vacancy his uncle saw. They are looking for a cleaner, at this multinational Nigerian Burs. So they were looking for a cleaner. And his uncle just said to him that, oh, there's this company looking for a cleaner, and would you want to apply? And somehow, I don't know how he applied, but he got a job as a cleaner. He was excited. The entire family rejoiced because somebody got a job, at least in a multinational, but as a cleaner. So one day he was cleaning the office of the MD at that time. And the MD asked him a question. Say, young man, where do you see yourself in the next 20 years? He said he didn't know where the thought came from. He didn't know where the courage came from. What he said to him was that, I see myself on your seat in the next 20 years. And the man jacked back on his chair. I guess nobody had spoken to him like that before. And the man just said, God will help you. That sarcasm to say, you're just a cleaner, but God will help you. And he went on and on and on and on. And I can assure you that at exactly 19 months and 19 years and a few months, he ascended that seat and he sat down as the director of that same organization. So I would have thought that the story would have ended like that. It would have been nicer. But by the time most of us came into the picture as his children, he was already having a sinusoidal life. So one of the things that happened was that he went on a training. As he came back from the training, he was told to resign under duress. So it wasn't the time for him to retire, but he was to resign under duress. And they tried to explain what it is, what happened. But you know how systems can function, and if you don't know how to play the politics in the system, those things happen to you. And he didn't have a choice. He resigned under duress. So I remember that we had 6 cars in the garage. From 6 cars, the car reduced to 4 cars. So we had the 504s, the 505s, and the B2 cars. Then 4 cars reduced to 2 cars before my very eyes. Then 2 cars means that my father would take one, my mother would take one. My mother used to work in the Thomas Watt, what was the Apex Mill that produced the books that we use in the school, and so it would take us to school first, 6 children, then drop my mother, in the office, then comes back to pick us, then goes to pick my mother, while my father is still moving around with his own car. A time came, things went really bad. From 2 cars, we had just 1 car. Only 1 car remaining. And it means that 1 car would take my father out, take my mother out, take all the children out to school and bring us back and go pick my father, go pick my mother. So we had to leave the place we were living, we came into Lagos. We used to be in Kaduna, so I think we came into Lagos in 1989 precisely. So when we landed Lagos, my father had a house in Lagos, so it was easy to just get into a place you won't have to pay rent. And I remember my father called a meeting. At that time, you would have looked at it that in 6 years, what would have happened to a man who made money, who touched money, touched influence, but 6 to 8 years, it's not showing again that he went through, he saw that. And I'm telling you, this is real life and these things happen, And he just called a meeting one evening and said, man, I've tried my best. I don't know why things are not working for me. I'm planning to move to my house that I built in the village. Would you guys come with me? And my mom said no, that she's not, she has not been used to such life. She can't go and live in a beautiful house and it's still a village. They're going to stay here in Lagos. By the time we ended that meeting, 9 p.m., my father said to us, from today, all of you will take your life into your hands. It means that there's nothing, I can't do more than what I can do. His gratuity was 200,000. And I hope you know you could buy a 504 or 505 for 4,800. So it means that it was good money. 200,000 could buy you about 20 brand new cars. It's like saying now you want to buy like a Land Cruiser 2024 model and you can buy 20 at the same time. That's some good money for business. His gratuity went down. Everything he poured his money into did not work for him. You know, and he was just in that mode, that season of his life. At that time, you know, I began to ask questions myself and my sibling. So what do we have to sit with? Are we going to be talking about the past glory? Are we going to be hoping that things will get better? At what time do you get that clarity that you begin to talk about the things that matter to you so that you can leave the old season and look at the next thing that is ahead for you and you begin to invest into it? And so guess what? It dawned on us because when we got into Lagos, we struggled to pay 100 naira PTA. So I remember I was sharing a story in the Baptist convention last year, and I told them why I came for that Baptist convention. And I said, I want to tell them a story. They said, what was the story? I said, I remember in the 90s that when we were looking for schools, public schools, that would take us in, the only one that took 90 naira, everybody wanted 100 naira for PTA. The only one that could take 90 naira and to take us in was a Baptist school. So I said I had a paper to present in Cambridge University. I showed them the paper. They saw the flight ticket, everything booked for that day. I said that when I saw the letter of the Baptist convention, I said to them, I will cancel anything I'm doing because I cannot pay back what that institution has done for me in the years that passed. I said I would come back and I will honor them. And I told them that I am happy to be with them beyond going anywhere in this world. So it dawned on us, back to the story. And we couldn't afford anything. We hit the street. We hit the street and we began to hawk on the road. If I told you I hawked 16 things in my life, you won't believe it. I hawked for a period of 10 years. I lived on the street. The first thing I hawked in my life was ice water. How many of you remember ice water? You see that nylon that you use, that Santana nylon you use for sugar and Gary. Oh, you guys are rich kids. You don't know it. You can't be in Nigeria and not know it. You know, at least you went to school. So those things, you pour water inside through a sieve, you tie it, and do you know they actually sold water like that? And we put it on our head, and we go on the road shouting cold ice water, tuture. No, then we thought you were doing guy and you were speaking good English, but that was bad English. What is cold? What is ice? What is water? What is tutu? You are saying the same thing 4 times. But you know, you don't even care. You don't care. So we were on the road. I remember my first day of selling on the road for 2 hours under the sun. You know, a butty boy now selling on the road. 2 hours, nobody called me. Then my friend looked at me, my fellow hawking partner, and said to me, that's not how they do it here. Then he told me how to shout, what to do, and he just did an onboarding for me, like what you call language of Chaldeans. I understood it. Do you know that in 2 minutes, when I began to say what he told me to say, I began to hear things like, and so that's like the language of fellowship to say, oh, come sell this water, come sell. And I'm telling you, it truly worked. You know, because in what I do today, when I lecture, I talk about communication a lot. Because you can think that you are making sense. Once you are not communicating, you know, nobody's listening to you. But your own proposal, your pitch is powerful. When you read it, it's powerful to you, but you're not communicating to people. You said, this proposal I wrote, once I send it to Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief of Staff office, they'll send me 10 million. It's only in your mind. When they read it, it didn't make any sense to them. It's communication. You see that now. So, and that went on from ice water to pure water. I sold drinks on the road. You remember Tandy Gurana? You remember Gold Spot, Limca, Dr. Pepper, Green, all those things. I sold all these things on the road. I'm telling you, if you put tray on my head today, are you getting me? It will stay for 10 hours, it won't move. I'm telling you, mastery. I gained mastery for 10 years with that experience. So when you talk, I mean, there's no time to tell you a lot because we have just a short moment. But let me tell you 5 things that matter to me because of our time. Number 1 is the principle of vision. Everybody say vision. Say it very well. Say vision. So vision is very powerful. So while all that was going on in my life, one of the things I did was that, so there was no access to the internet as the case that time. So you know what I do when I look at newspapers? I try to cut out newspapers, things that look like where I am going to. And so on the corner of my room, So I just have different newspapers. I just put around with my face at the middle, with my picture at the middle. You know, whatever connects to my destiny, connects to my life, connects to where I'm going to. I just put the pictures there, you know, hoping that one day I'm going to get there. I'm going to get better. What is vision? Vision is the mental picture of the future. You cannot arrive at a future that you never pictured. I'm not giving you rhymes. You have to see it. Before I came here today, I've spoken 2 hours in the place on the power of vision. You have to ensure you see it. It's a very powerful technology that I want you to imbibe. I remember I used to have the passbook of a bank. You see that bank, there is a withdrawal slip. There's nothing powerful about it. It just looked like a checkbook, you know. And I would tear the check and I would write myself a check. I hope you know that 5,000 naira was a dream. That one day in my life, I'll be able to hold 5,000 naira. So I will write myself, pay Aki Akikpedu the sum of 5,000 naira. And guess what? I will paste it on the wall, hoping that one day, as I begin to walk and do other things, one day I can touch 5,000. Because you don't know what, I've seen poverty. I've seen poverty. So for 5,000 to be a dream come true, you know that it's a major thing that we're into. I remember one day I came back from school. My parents were not at home. I needed to take Gary. I went to meet a woman. So please give me Gary. How much was the Gary? Gary was 1 naira each. Just give me 2. Then she gave me 2. Then she said, where is money? I said, I don't have the money. I said, when we make sales. And then we had a grinding machine. So I was a pepper grinder. See, anything you think I've done it. There's nothing I've not done except killing people. I've sold buns, puff, chin, firewood. Anything you are thinking, you are correct, apart from killing human beings. So we have not made sales. And the woman looks at me and said, drop it. As I dropped it, she looks at me. I was going. She said, come. I said, am I responsible for your father's misfortune? I mean, as powerful as those words were words that truly helped me in my transformation process. I cried. I shed tears. Nobody had ever spoken to me like that before. And guess what? I walked away from the woman. As I was walking away, I was crying. The woman called me back and said, let me just help your poverty. And she said, just pick it and go and bring my money back. What do you expect me to do? To be angry, drop the Gary, and walk away? I'm sorry to disappoint you. I won't lie to you. Because I needed to survive. You know, so it's somebody who is surviving that can be successful. You understand? So I've seen hunger. I know what it means not to eat for 2 days. Gary was major for a week. I hope you know how Gary works. You can take Gary with sugar today, take Gary with salt the next day. Another day, you don't have access to sugar. What you just do you know you can fry Gary and pepper together with oil? It's called G2SO4, gallium sulfate. So I know how to collaborate with Gary. So that was my life. So when she said, pick up the Gary, I looked at it. I said, I may not survive this thing. I picked it up. I was crying and I walked away. I gave her money later in the evening when we made sales. But those were the things. But the vision was that I know that I'm getting there. It's going to, you see, and let me tell you, if your mind can fix it first, your body will catch up soon. And so always set before you, and I believe one of the things Shalom is doing in this conference, Shalom, I mean, is such a wonderful prodigy. I mean, listening to him sometimes, I say, wow, this guy is powerful. I love his mind. His mind is so powerful. One of the things he's doing is that he's trying to bring a picture of certain people to say, okay, look at it. You can see beyond. Your circumstance would not be enough, to drop you where you are. You can pick up. So vision is key. Everybody say vision. Number 2, I have 5 things to share, but I'll stop at number 2. I'll continue next year when we gather. Is that fine? So number 2 is I'll tell you the power of relationship. The things that matter to me, relationship. The second greatest gift I've received after the gift of God in my life is the gift of relationship. Life is a collection of relationships. Relationships will compensate for the things that you do not have. Every time you have to spend money and you don't have a leverage of relationship, I hope you know you are poor. Have you heard this saying that says that some people are so poor, all that they have is money? Because there are things that are greater than money. You must begin to pay advantage, strong advantage to relationships. They are very powerful. God answers your prayers through relationship. When you spend time doing your fasting, your prayer, or what have you, when God is going to answer you, He's going to answer you through relationships. If you have bad character and you cannot sustain relationship, you are going to miss out of all you need. I'll share you one story on that and I'll drop the microphone. I was going to Abia State in the early 2000s. So I went through the airport called Sam Mbakwe Airport because there's no airport in Umuahia. So I went through Were. So as I went through the airport, I saw a man seated next to me in the cabin. And the man was, I'm taller than the man. But by the time I'm done with the story, you will see that the man is taller than me at all levels in life. But physically, I was taller than him. He sat next to me. And let me tell you, I have a very powerful principle because I believe that God in his mercy and his wisdom, it doesn't make mistake. That so for me to come to this meeting today, it was arranged. The person you are seated next to, you could sit at the back, and that person could sit at the front. You may have been in the same place and you will not know yourself. But the fact that energy can bring you together, you need to pay attention to it. And so you must activate something in that energy. And that activation just comes through voice actuation. You just open your mouth and begin to have reasonable conversation with people. You don't know that because every miracle would always start with a word, conversation. And that's one powerful principle that you must learn. Ladies and gentlemen, and I said good morning to this man, and he said good morning, and he picked up his newspaper, adjusted his glasses, and kept reading. And I said to myself, I have failed. It was a 40-minute flight. Why have I failed? I didn't come to the aircraft to take sandwich and to take Coke or take coffee. I could take that in my life. It's very important that anybody I meet in my life, there's a reason and there must be a signature. And this man was not going to talk to me like that. And we went through the entire flight. 5 minutes to the end of the flight, they just announced it and blah, 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 blah. And the man said, oh, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I see you wanted to speak to me, but I was very busy. I was reading about myself. Reading about yourself? I left my anger somewhere. It does not matter at this point. If a man is reading about himself in the newspaper, there must be something important about this man. And I said, can I know you? No, the man said, you tell me. You wanted to tell me what you do. I said, it does not matter, sir. And I said, it doesn't matter. I just want to hear. He said, well, the flight is over. Can we connect again? When he was going down, he carried a suitcase. And guess what I did? I helped him to carry the suitcase. The man said, nobody helps anybody inside an aircraft. I said, I'm Yoruba. I'm taught well. I said, I want to help you. We picked up the suitcase and we went down. As we came down, I saw 3 police officers walking towards me. Now, that's Act 1, Scene 2. Let me take you back to Act 1, Scene 1 of my life. I just lost money and people's money. I was into Forex. I was investing into the stock market, Forex market, and a little bit of real estate. I just started that at that time. So I had just lost money. And everything in uniform was looking for me. So every time I see uniformed men, it's traumatic. I just knew that my time has come. I will write the story of my life in 1 minute, and I will say, to God be the glory. I would end it myself. I will edit it. I saw 3 officers walking towards me. I was in suit. My suit turned into parachute. I shrank inside of it because the question is, why didn't you pick me up in my house? Why didn't you pick me up on the road? Why at the airport? When I'm still trying to close with one man I just met, and I felt really bad. And they walked towards me. I just knew that, well, that's it. That's all. Well, life happens. As they walked towards me, there was something that happened. They saluted me. You can't come and arrest a man and salute a man. I regained my steez back. I began to talk with confidence. I looked up, and I began to talk. Then something tells me that I'm being stupid. Now, who am I that police officers will come to the airport to salute? Then it dawned on me that it was not me they were saluting. They were saluting the man that was by my side. So I thought they were looking at me. It was the man that they were looking at. It's just that our face jammed. Then they collected the bag from me, and they walked away. When the man was going, he said, gentlemen, can we connect? And give me his card. His card, he was a lawyer, and he was working in a law firm. He owned a law firm in Ikoyi, and that was it. And when I got to where I was picking my luggage, because he has his own way, I have my own way. I had to go and pick my luggage and go the same way with other people. So I picked it up. When I picked up, guess the name I saw? The name I saw on that card was Yemi Osibajo. Listen, he was not your vice president at that time. He was not the attorney general at that time. He was just a barrister. He was just a son who was working, who had his own law firm. His assistant that day was Tunde Irukere, who is now the DG of Consumer Protection or something now. At that, and the man said, oh, let's come see me in my office and talk and gist. So I just met him, all the oily relationship, nothing, just oily relationship. How are you, sir? When is birthday? Call on birthday. Sometimes, oh, what can I do for you, sir? How can I volunteer, for you? What can I do for you? I wasn't coming to collect anything. I was just seven. One day I did a conference, just like Ernest is doing today. And he came and he said, I won't just come for your conference. I'd like to be the chairman of your NGO. And he was just a lawyer at that time. I was like, wow, that's good. Then he comes with Tunde Irukere. And when I meet Tunde Irukere, I will greet him well. He will say, oh, young man, God likes you. Stop talking with me with so much respect as though it's me you are looking for. I said, the same respect I give Oga is the same respect I give you. You must be that wise. You must be that wise. You must be that wise. Some of you want to see a commissioner, you dishonor the PA and say, because you know Oga, your file will take. And I will go to his office, greet him, do stuff, and all of that. Before my eyes became an attorney general, before my eyes became the vice president, before my eyes became the acting president. Let me ask you a question. What prayer would I have prayed to say, as I'm going out today, God connect me to the president of a nation? Listen, the diary of greatness is in your daily routine. These are conversations that matter. That you know that every day you step out of your house, your dress does not only show the way you want to be addressed. It also shows, where you are going to. So, and you know that anybody you meet as you step out of the house, you should be able to communicate, to do stuff with the person. I'm not saying, let me quickly go and change and come back. There's no day that is called the day of greatness. Yesterday, when you were in yesterday, today looked like a future. When you entered into today, you did not call it future. What you called it was what? Today. I hope you know that there's a tomorrow also. It's like a future and you are not there. But I guarantee you, when you enter into tomorrow, you will not say, I've entered into my future. All you will still say is today. So it means that the diary of greatness is in your daily routine. So if you take advantage of your daily routine, with vision, relationship, and the three I will share with you in the next 5 years, it will make a lot of sense with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would want to drop the microphone here, and I hope you have been able to pick up a few things that will help you this afternoon. Like I said, Mr. Sam Egube is the real speaker here that we have come to listen to, so he would come and do justice to it. I came with a few of my books. I can sign. I can take time to sign for a few. Some of us may never meet again, but you can come in contact with my breath. And that's why I write books. I don't write books to eat. I'm blessed. But it's a way to always communicate with people. Good books that can help you. My story from street to Forbes. How I lived on the street for 10 years, ended up in Forbes. It's a book that will help you powerfully. Forwarded by my friend Brian Tracy, a senior friend in the U.S. I have great books, about 10 of them. It will help your mind. Thank you so much, and we'll connect again online. God bless you.
So, the way we're even clapping, I'm not understanding this. So sorry you're still standing. 2 years ago, I saw the flyer for Street to Forbes happening across different schools. And I sent a message to him. I'd never met him before. Yes. And I said, sir, I want to host this in my alma mater. Yes. And he replied and sent me a contact of somebody. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I said, I want to meet this man very soon. Fast forward to last year, we were at a dinner, and he saw me, and we greeted. I introduced myself, and he said, oh, God's willing, I'll be able to mentor you. Today, that is happening. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, there's such a thing known as the alignment of purpose. We'll discuss that with Dikos as he's coming up. However, Dr. Akin has been a blessing to me, to millions of people around the world. I want you to give him a resounding, an excellent, a heartwarming appreciation and thank you. He presently can travel all around the world without any restriction. He's a diplomat right now. Thank you, sir. Thank you for painting pictures of possibilities. Thank you for access. Thank you for the privilege of access. Can I have this? We want to present. Okay, so I'll take a photo with you, and then I would have, let me just have one before this. Deacon, sir, please can you come so we can have. And on behalf of the Clarity Experience and the Clarity Conclave, we want to say a very big thank you to you. Thank you. So can all our guests just come up so we can quickly have a picture with them? Because I know after now you may not be. Just very quickly before we have the next session. So let's start having the chairs up, please. Because we are wrapping up already. All right, we are coming to the end of this experience already. But if you have not been paying attention before now, I think this is the part where you really pay attention. Are we together? You're not answering. Are we together? Even if you have not been paying attention before now, I think this is really that part where you need to pay attention. Now, some people are still moving around. I'm not sure if people are ready for what I'm about to say. Did you notice when Dr. Akin was speaking, he had officially said, I'll see you in 2027. Who noticed that? Who heard it? So we look forward to seeing him in 2027. So guys, I want to officially announce Clarity Experience 2027. Yes. That's how we do this. He said, I'll see you next year and I'll share the rest. So, sir, thank you. All right, so we're going to have this conversation right now with somebody I consider an outlier. Okay, you enter certain spaces, you hear certain people speak, and you know they are made up of different substances entirely. Everybody who is my colleague here can attest to what I'm saying. And by the way, I have my colleagues here, my fellows here. Please give a round of applause for them. Thank you guys for coming. I see all the faces, and I'll do a proper appreciation after now. Thank you. And my friends who are also here. So, we're privileged to sit with Dikos, Mr. Sam Egube. It was this year, right? Yes, this year. I think this year. And I was seated just close to him. I think about 2 or 3 people before me. And I was listening to what he was saying and what he was not saying. And I just said to myself, this is somebody who is in the political space. Truly, if everybody has this kind of mindset, right, the quality of result and impact we would see in the political space or in governance space will be far beyond what we are seeing currently. You know the quality of people's thoughts when you hear them speak, because you'll be hearing depth in what they are saying. And I've had the privilege of being blessed from your WhatsApp status every day, sir. Every day. I don't even know how he does it. By 5 a.m., he has put up something. It's enough to carry you throughout the day. Just that post. Even while delivering Invest Lagos Summit, even on the morning of Invest Lagos Summit, he was still sharing those things. And I knew his heart for inspiring people. And sir, thank you. So I'll read your profile very quickly. And the next person we're having up here is Mr. Sam Egube, the Deputy Chief of Staff of Lagos State. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I like the clap. He is the Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and delivering, impact across Lagos State. He's an economist and development professional with over 25 years in public finance, economic policy, and corporate leadership. He previously served as Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget. His leadership centers on data-driven decisions, fiscal discipline, and tying government programs to measurable results. He plays a central role in advancing Lagos Themes Plus agenda for economic growth and infrastructure. He coordinated the Lagos State Development Plan 2052 and medium-term budget frameworks that guide investment in transportation, healthcare, digital infrastructure. He also champions ease of doing business reforms and public-private partnerships to attract investment and create jobs for Lagos youth. He is also a certified Mind Valley coach. I know about that program and I'm looking forward to it. So with a standing ovation and a clap, okay? And with joy, put your hands together as we make welcome Mr. Sam Egube, the Deputy Chief of Staff. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please, you may have your seat. His mic is there. Wow. Today is a dream come true for me. So before we start, I'm going to play a game.
Thank you.
And somebody will also win a gift from this game. Please, the first person who won a gift, let's get the person's contact so they don't leave without it. So, sir, this is the game. You're going to tell us 3 things about yourself. 2 would be true, and 1 would be not true. Because I know you cannot lie, sir. So 1 will just be not true. And I'll give the opportunity to somebody in the audience to make a guess, and they'll win a gift from me, and maybe from you too. All right.
I got married at 26.
Number 1.
I drove bus in Lagos.
Number 2.
And I'm 6 foot tall.
Number 3. All right. So by the power vested in me, if you want to guess, put up your hands. It's good to have power, so I can just choose later. So I think okay, we need a mic, right? Yeah, let's have a mic for someone. This is somebody who hasn't raised their hand before. Okay, yes, I see you. I think luck has shined on you. Yes, there's a guy there. Yes, you. Okay, you don't believe he drove bus in Lagos? Come again. What did you say? Yes, you pick.
Hello.
Yes. So you're going to tell us which one is not true amongst the things he has said.
Okay, he said that he's 6 foot tall. He's wrong.
Okay. Can it be obvious? It's obvious, right? Is he correct?
Yes,
he's correct. Congratulations. What's your name?
Victor.
Victor, congratulations. So you have a gift from the Clarity Conclave, but I also don't know. Amazing. He also have a gift from Dikos. Yes. Please put your hands together.
So he's right. I'm not 6. I'm 6'2".
Oh, interesting.
So
there's a 2 on top.
There's a 2 on top.
So it's not much. There's just a 2. All right. Thank you, sir. I was going to ask why you accepted to do this with us, but following you, I can guess why you accepted. Because I see that this thing actually aligns with you. Your post on LinkedIn, your WhatsApp status, as I said, everything just helps me answer certain questions every day and make the decision to be more intentional with my pursuit. I want to ask, was there ever a moment you had to choose between just deciding to pursue what you had at hand or pursuing greatness as you currently are? Was there that season of life where there was like a good opportunity but was not a great opportunity for you? And what did you do about it?
Okay, so today I made up my mind that I would be as practical and as primary as possible. So, all my life, I had pursued greatness. The idea of choosing between greatness and what I had at hand really did not exist. Because what I had at hand was the pursuit for greatness at every point in time. I know that classically, we tend to make this separation all the time, and I've heard a lot around purpose, goals, around vision, and those kind of great words, which are true. But practically speaking, every day holds for you purpose. Every action you take must speak to purpose. Purpose for me has a lot to do with excellence. If you pursued excellence, it will bring you before kings. It will bring you before noble men. And it will not allow you stay in ordinary places. But I think I know what you are trying to say. Okay? I was supposed to marry someone a long time ago. And at that time, I was having a conversation with her about my future. And that future had a lot to do with my personal development. So at that time, I decided that I wanted to join a firm called Arthur Andersen. I had the option to pursue to work in Shell or any other, which are good places, by the way. But what I dearly needed was an environment that would build me up around business. I trained as an engineer in school. And as I talked, she laughed and said, "Now personal development we go chop." It was meant to be a joke, but the relationship ended that day because she spoke lightly about my aspiration, my primary aspiration, which I guess you will call purpose, but I really don't define it as purpose. I guess that answers the question.
Amazing. So for me, I just picked the fact that there was never a time you had to make that separation.
Yep.
So you were always just driven by this ideology of making the most of your life and your time.
Certainly.
Okay. There was no time where you had to choose between playing around with mediocrity, quote and unquote, okay, or pursuing an excellent life.
Okay. So that is why I talk about your daily living, what happens every day. So when I came to Lagos, first of all, I didn't come from a poor background. I came from what I would consider a middle-class background and successful in my own view at that time. But I came to Lagos with just 500 naira, and my dad refused me to stay with anybody he knows, and a bag. By the time I got to the last bus stop, which was Egbeda, where I was going to squat with my friend in a face me, I face you room and a pit latrine behind, they had stolen 300 of that 500. They had turned my back. I was being initiated into Lagos life. Now, that place challenged my mind deeply. Because when they took light in that house, it was not because the electricity company did not supply. It's because all the wires were tied together with cellophane paper. So when little breeze blows, the light by itself disconnected. Everybody there was not like where I was going to. They didn't resemble it. So many times when you face big challenges, there was always a temptation to say, if you just stay here, you'll be okay. Right? Because the audacity to dream bigger than where you are is mentally challenging because it is fraught with a lot of risk and the potential of failure, that the allure of just staying where you are can be very, very soothing. So sometimes you see that. Sometimes you find out that the lady you like is bigger than you. It looks like where you are going, but not like where you are right now. You understand? And so you are faced with the challenge of whether to pursue what you think where you belong to, even in the lady you chase, or the kind of places you want to go to, than to just stay in peace. So I get the point when you want to stay with the people you are a local champion of. Someone talked about that. Because to go beyond that means you will be uncomfortable. Because when you talk about $1 million is a lot of money to talk about, right? But when you talk about $1 million in the place where $1 million is pocket money, you will be mentally challenged. And so you require other things to keep you standing. You require other principles to support your mental well-being when you are moving. When you watch some of those sci-fi movies, they tell you when you are traveling at a speed and you are going through atmospheres, you begin to face resistance that can tear you apart except you are built for it. Or it says in the Bible that if your strength fails you in the time of battle, then your strength was weak from the beginning.
Amazing. These conversations. It's deep, Abi. Okay. So if somebody lives here still feeling stuck, okay, still feeling like they still don't know what to do, what would you tell them?
Okay, so nobody should live here not knowing what to do. I have been in that position before sometimes. Sometimes if you've been stuck, you are stuck. There are times I've been in situations where nobody was owing me any money. There was no contract I was pursuing. I didn't have money. And you are just stuck. And you didn't even have an idea to even begin with. What I tell people is that the world is connected, just like we all said in the panel. If you run out of steam, right, behave like those people that have roller skates. Put your hand in a moving car and roll with them. Look for someone that is moving and join that person, even if it's for free. Go and walk. Move. I learned that when I was driving my bus a long time ago. When you are on Ted Millam Bridge moving, you move from the left to the right. It's easy, you move. But if your car stops on the left side, that is the fast lane, you then find out how difficult it is to move that car. So you need to keep on moving to increase your maneuverability ability, your ability to maneuver in life. You have to keep on moving. You are not designed to be static. When you are static, you lose fundamentally your ability to maneuver. Okay? So what I would say is that, first of all, remove all of these constraints. Mental constraints, traditional constraints, religious constraints. Don't spend your whole time looking for purpose. Right? Just move. Right? Do stuff. Understand that if you are really good at anything, including picking sand, if you are really, really good at anything, people that are important in society will locate you. Right? So I understand what you mean when you are trying to say purpose will find you. Sometimes the way it looks is that you are finding purpose. And then sometimes you find out that you have purpose. What I would say beyond this, because we don't have a lot of time, when they say time up, is it for us? I thought we just started. Is it? All right. When if you wake up, for example, let's say you are a banking officer, and you in a good bank, and then you got senior manager offer in another good bank, you know you are not going to ask God if it was his will, right? You go and give a testimony straight away. Good. If you see a lady that you didn't think could be yours, and you just gathered courage and said, will you be with me? And she says, yes. You know you go straight to testimony point, right? So many times when we are seeking purpose, it is because we are unsure. There are borderline situations, right? But just realize that even those borderline things, if you do it really, really well, so think about yourself as a product of your creator, which is what he said. And I'm not sure God is looking for his purpose, right? He's everywhere. He's in every time. He's big. He's intelligent. He just expresses himself naturally. Now, if you express yourself naturally and you are really good at it, right, you will find out that it's purpose. Right? And I'll tell you some things. There are many things about you that you may overlook. One of those things are things like your desire. Right? God gives you the desire in your heart. Don't write it off. I remember when I was trying to buy a Lexus car. And by the way, I had driven one before, a long time ago, which I bought new. But this has been 13 years. So when I was about to buy another one, and I loved the Lexus car. But when they told me the current price, somehow I started to hate it. It felt oppressive. It felt like it was against me, right? I had to adjust my mind again. Say, Sam, if you want to ride this car, you better love it as you always loved it. You understand? So many times in our lives, we disqualify ourselves from the things we hold dear because the things now look higher than us. Okay? And when you see that kind of situation, it means that you are giving up the ghost. Like I say to people, a man never truly dies except he gives up the ghost first. So don't give up the ghost of your dream because the challenges or what it will take to get it looks beyond you. I was thinking of buying a bank once, and I was in a room like this on the platform, and everybody was making a lot of noise. And I said, hey, I need $250 million to buy significant holdings in a bank. Does anyone want to join? I will allow them as a group to put like 10 million, but really, I need really 50 million minimum, but they can come. And they all went quiet. Why did they go quiet? Because none of them felt they could get 10 million. I was in Benin the next week to speak to them physically. And I told them that I didn't have 10 million either. But I had a thought in my mind, which was true, that Jim Obia did not have the money he used for a bank. Neither did Atedo Peter Side or the folks at GTB. They had a conviction and were able to do a presentation that convinced those who had the money that they will make more money for them. And they let go of it. So I say that your opportunity is on the earth, and every opportunity on the earth has a solution on the earth in the hands of someone that is waiting to be convinced by you. And I beg is not a business proposition. I beg is not a value proposition for relationships. Right? You have to figure out how you can be a blessing, even if it means carrying the bag of the former acting president. Right? Whatever it takes for you to be in the game and for you not to be oppressed by the idea of the level in which you have chosen to play in will help you a lot in making a lot of progress. So if you are here today and you feel lost, I think the first thing to know is to take a deep breath and to realize that you are not lost. Reality is playing a trick on you. Just look for, survey when you see things that we experience, you can understand the way God behaves. When you do survey, you really don't know any coordinate. You start your coordinate from a known coordinate. So if you are lost and Shalom is not lost, take your reference from him and you will eventually discover yourself. Thank you.
Hi. Guys, I think the master class I was announcing, we've started it already. Wow. So I want to just come to your house so that I can just sit. Maybe in the morning as you're going out, you just drop 1 or 2 words and I'll be full. Wow. So lastly, sir. Lastly, this is the last one. Survival mode. Yes.
She's scaring you.
Yes,
She's looking at you.
she's scaring me. So survival mode is convenient. Yes. I just want to make money to enjoy for I and my immediate family. And I'm okay. 2 cars, 1 for me, 1 for my wife. We can send our children to school, no issue. Why should we dare for more? Why should we even want to do more?
If you study science, you will find out that science works in waves. It's a sinusoidal wave. If you stay in one point, you will definitely decline. You will definitely decline. Moreover, you are not designed primarily for yourself. So I tell a lot of ladies who say, I and my 4 children and my husband, and my primary responsibility is that you lie. The capacity that God has put into you is the kind that should replenish the earth, should impact people. Anytime Jesus is showing up, they say goodwill to all men. It will be the same when you are showing up. That everyone that is connected to you should have some reprieve. You are not designed to, you are designed to add value. That's your basic design, right? And you need to understand that. Money becomes meaningless at some point if it cannot impact the lives of your world, right? So, and the day you stop, right, you begin to go down. So, the fact that you say I'm enough, what I have can take care of myself, my family, is not true in the long run, because if you stop producing, you will begin to diminish. If your muscles are not being exercised, it begins to depreciate. If you are not living in the house begins to degenerate. It's just a fact of nature. So I like you to look at it this way, that when you started to be productive, you were not producing for yourself. You were producing for the world, isn't it? You are not able to pay yourself enough to be rich, so you are not your own market. Am I correct? So what that means is that as a fact of life, you must be seeking to add value in the lives of other people. And boy, you know how many people are on the earth. So if you think that you've reached one space, you are just proud and you are ignorant, right? Because you are poor in your mind, actually. That, okay, so what do you have? What do you think is driving Dangote? When God said concerning Jacob, he said, Jacob I loved, Esau I did not like, I don't like. When the blessing showed up with cattle, with sheep, with wives, with all kinds of things. And he came to Esau to say, listen, let me give you this. Esau said, even me, I have too. That is, if the one that is not loved could generate so much productivity, what about you? Why should you sit down? Anyway, I think the long and short of what I'm saying is that your responsibility is not to yourself primarily. He did not send you. He said, go into the... he said, shall men give unto you? It is the value you are producing that men give back into your bosom. Right? Otherwise, someone won't be an ambassador, African Union. When you see his profile, he's talking about nations, building consensus across nations. And then someone said, he doesn't need visa to travel. It just comes with the work. You understand? And it is ever expanding. And when you think about the universe, Science tells you that the universe is perpetually expanding. Why will you be different? Why will you be different?
You know, you pause after listening to certain things. Now I want to stand up and jump and run around this place and you catch me. Wow. Can we give a round of applause to him, please? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, in 1 minute, is there anything you just want to say to people as we wrap?
Okay, he says if there's anything I want to say, yes, I want to say something. I realize that we are going through a maze of complexities. We are dealing with variety of forms of limitations. Some of them the society has set on us. Some of them religion has set on us. Some of those limitations tradition have set on us. I would like to encourage us to remove every limitation, because your Creator is not limited in any way. I was speaking in a conference for ladies, and they asked me, what is the most significant, what's the most common limitation that ladies face? I say it's the idea that they have to be chosen, that it limits the range of their choice, that only those who approach them, they can select from. I say that is a traditional limitation. Ruth did not have such limitations, right? And there are many of those other kinds of limitations that we carry along that look true. Some of them even look scriptural. There's a place in the Bible that says the race is not for the swift. And we interpret that by saying that it's not by being fast you win the race, right? But what that place is actually saying is that the race is not for the swift, it's for both the swift and the slow. It's for all of us. And therefore, don't disqualify yourself from a race because you are slow. You need to know what is common to everyone, and that is time and chance. What do you do with your time? What are your systems of living? Akin talked about that, what you do every day. What is your model of reality? How do you see the world, right? And how does what you do every day interact with your view of the world so that in the day of the race, you will be fast? How does chance come? How does opportunity come? Opportunity comes in the area of your mindfulness. He says that if they were mindful of where they were coming from, they will have chance to return. Right? So to remove that chance, they had to be eliminated, right? So you need to be mindful of where you are going. So Akingbolo talked about it, images around yourself, reminding you of where you are going. So if there is something you like about life, but you feel disqualified from it, even if the data is correct, don't embrace any data that does not support the outcome that you desire. The glass is half full and the glass is half empty is true. But which one will you embrace? And I'll close by saying this. There used to be a time in my life where my primary prayer point was, Lord, when will I stop calculating to buy gala? Sometimes those buses, the way they walk, you've calculated your trip home. You now buy gala with the change. You now get to Ikeja bus stop. They've changed the price between Ikeja and Egbeda. So you know they will beat you that day if you must get home, isn't it? Right. But that is a significant point about how you view your world. Right? So please, we will not all see all the time. And by the way, we will not all be in the same place for 20 years. They say 20 children will not play for 20 years, isn't it? Define your path. Be proud of your path. Ensure that the level at which you want to aspire to does not discourage you, because it is your level to walk in. Don't disqualify yourself. Don't die before you achieve it. Don't give up the ghost of your dream, right? Because you can be there. Everybody talking to you now are on their way, right? The economy is bad. The economy is bad. It's not a language for opportunities, right? Whether you believe it or not, the cranes are going up in Ikoyi. People are paying a lot of money. And why will you be absent from that parole, right? Stay deeply with what you are doing. Do something and continue to do something. You will find out that you will meet people on the way. Right? This thing called vision is constantly changing, I would like to tell you. It's as far as you can see. But even if you are going further, you will know that the horizon keeps on moving. Because your vision is not supposed to be ending. Do you get my point? Okay. Let me stop at this point. Like Akin said, we will have other opportunities to share number 2, number 3, and number 4. Thank you.
Wow. Please, can we be on our feet? Yes, we are going to do that.
By the way, Akin, I just want to thank you. So this lady just told me that what she does now, she got the inspiration to do it in one of your meetings. Today, she's excellent with what she does. I'm happy to have her with me. I feel blessed to have her with me. And I must say that it's a product of our interaction with you. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
All right. We're actually at the end of the clarity experience. No, I don't need this. No. Yeah. So we're just going to say clarity experience. I want to capture everybody's face and moment in this, right? As we bring this meeting to a close, we would have networking session after now. But if you don't mind,
Please come forward.
Feel free
so
to. Feel free to, all right? So we're just going to say clarity experience in 5, 4. Are we ready? All right. Okay, yes, you can. The event has not ended. We have something very important lastly. Yeah, you will go back to your seat, but let's... A lot of people are going to buy books and get it autographed. All right, so you just say clarity experience in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Experience. Woo! Thank you. Now, as you're returning to your seat, I want to make a special call. The plan for this is to extend this program to other regions, right? We're doing other states and very soon to other countries, all right? So I want to give... the next slide. And I'm officially making an announcement that the YMI Community Youth Making Impact Initiative, which I'm privileged to preside over, would be launching in Lagos in the year 2026. By next month, which is August, we are launching the YMI Community. So what is it simply? We don't want you to go about this growth journey in isolation. We want you to be a part of a community, right? Next slide. Let's just go through this quickly. And in this community, we find love, we find purpose. We have opportunity of listening to people like this. We have opportunity of sharing. There are job opportunities, internship opportunities, and the likes of that come. Personal growth opportunities also. that we get to have. We also do like outreaches to schools and all of that. We don't have as much pictures here, but you can check on social media, Youth Making Impact. You see all of it. And most importantly, a circle and accountability group you can belong to. So if you are interested in being a part of the YMI community, which you should, if you're a young person between the ages of 18 to 35, I want to let you know that YMI is now in Lagos. Good place to clap. So you can just, so if you dropped your name at the registration stand, we'll reach out to you. But even if you didn't and you want to, just drop your name there and we'll let you know when everything is happening and then, the onboarding, and then you can join in. And I also mentioned earlier that the Clarity Experience is going to other states and, other countries very soon. I will see how to get many more people involved in it. If you would like to be a part of this, in this light now, support this program that we are doing and the future ones that we're going to do, I want them to just put up an account number up. Okay, if you have your phones, if you want to write check for us, write it. If you want to, just give cash to it or something, you can give cash. We have envelopes there. We don't have envelopes, I'm just joking. All right, but can we just have, okay, yeah, so this is for YMI. Either of them can serve, actually. You can just take it down. The whole idea of this is to see as many people as we can empower with clarity. Trust me, somebody is leaving this room today knowing what to do, taking actions on that. Somebody has also walked into this room and had the privilege of networking with great minds here. Somebody would also leave this room and say, you know what, I'm tired of waiting. I'll start acting. I had the opportunity of doing this in American University of Nigeria in 2021, sir. Somebody was seated there, she was listening to me, and after the session, she called her friend and she was crying on the phone. And she told the person she just heard what she has never heard before. I said, what did I say that you've never heard? And as little as this opportunity that we are creating was able to help someone journey on the path of purpose, discovery, and destiny. So, by supporting this work, what you are doing is to provide more opportunities for people like this so they can gather, they can learn, and they can become better. All right? So thank you so much, everyone, for staying true. Thank you for believing in this vision. Thank you for coming. And I've announced Clarity Experience 2027 already. So I look forward to seeing you. And Dr. Akin has said, I'll see you in 2027. So he will see you in 2027. Lastly, I want to say a very big thank you to all our speakers. Thank you, Mrs. AJ. Thank you, Bayo. Thank you, Erifunke. Thank you, Dr. Akin. Thank you, because thank you so, so much. To others who have gone, thank you. My friend, I see Mr. Leading here. So many people, my colleagues are there, my AJLA fellows. Thank you so much for coming and for honoring me and being a part of this. I'm truly grateful, and I believe that the impact of this program would live for eternity. And thank you for being a part of it once again.
I think that's the point. You put your hands together. Thank you very much. I was going to wait for Mr. Shalom Ernest to do his vote of thanks, maybe much more later. So with that being said, it's a pleasure to have done this with you. My name is Adekweju Salami, and thank you for being an amiable audience. So I'll leave you in the hands of my brother, Heezy. So I'll leave you in the hands of Gigo Sax. He's going to be serenading us with beautiful, beautiful sound here. So please enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, sorry, just before you leave, there's a masterclass that we're launching. Okay, can I have the flyer up there? It's a paid masterclass though. It's a 2-month accountability program. I want to encourage you to be a part of it. Don't miss out on it. If you know you can afford it, you should. All right? So you get value, you get knowledge, but most importantly, you'd have people who can hold your hands so you don't, miss out on the track. All right? So thank you once again on that. Can we have the flyer up so people can just scan the barcode to register for it? Thank you.
Gigo Stacks, just stay on the stage. Please, can you tone it down a little bit? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, to put together something like this is not a one-man thing. There are several people who have contributed, not just with their actions, not just but with their time. So it's important that we celebrate them. If you worked on this Clarity Experience project, please, can you come forward, please? All volunteers, please. All volunteers, please. If you are in the media section, come. Don't worry. All volunteers, please. Thank you. Look at them, very gorgeous people. Imagine, look at the material. All volunteers, please come to the stage. All volunteers, please. Yes. Please, we can have some people flush here, then flush at the back too. Please, from here. So please, can you make it fast? Thank you. Please, let's be fast with this. Is this everyone? Shalom, please, come and take pictures with your volunteers. Please, now. It has to be now.